tuchukue kura. Wale ambao hawajachukua vipande waende wachukue vipande, wafanye registration. Kwa sababu tunataka numbers. Mimi sitafuti kupewa. Ile password Atuoli alikuwa akizungumza, akisema tafuta password. Ukitaka kupata kuwa rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, tafuta password. Mimi nataka niwaambie password ya kuingia kwa kiti cha urais ni kura ya mwananchi kupitia kwa debe.
Na ninataka wakina Alfred Agoi wanisaidie kwa kumarket Mudavadi, ili wakati mimi nimeketi kwa hiyo meza kwa ajili tutakuwa makabila wengi, nauliza hao wengine, mnasema huyu na huyu wetu ndio number 1. Mnataka kuacha huyu kwa nini?
Musalia kadhalika aliwataka Wakenya kuwa makini wakati wa uchaguzi ili kuwachagua viongozi wenye maadili. Katibu mkuu wa KOTU Francis Atuoli kwa upande wake alilitaka baraza la magavana, wizara ya afya na asasi nyingine kuandaa kikao na wahudumu wa afya ili kupata suluhu ya kudumu kuhusu hali tete ya sekta hiyo.
Clinical officers wako kwa strike, nurses mgomo wao umechukua miezi sasa. Nataka kuwasihi governors, haswa sasa governor Wambora amechukua, he's a humble man, aketi na vyama hivi vya madaktari, vyama vya manurses, clinical officers, watengeneze way forward.
Zakis Masame, NTV, kaunti ya Vihiga.
Naibu Rais William Ruto amesema kuwa ataendelea kuelimisha Wakenya kuhusu madhara ya baadhi ya vipengee vya mapendekezo ya BBI, huku akisisitiza kuwa tayari gumzo limebadilika kutoka masuala yanayohusu viongozi hadi yale yanayomgusa mwananchi wa kawaida. Akizungumza katika eneo bunge la Kilifi katika siku ya pili ya ziara yake huko Pwani, Ruto amekashifu anachokidai ni siasa za ubabe katika kupigia chapuo kadhia marekebisho ya katiba chini ya mwavuli wa BBI. Viongozi wengine walioandamana naye wametaka kipaumbele maalum itolewe kwa masuala yatakayoboresha uchumi kabla ya siasa za BBI na mwaka 2022. Viongozi wengine wanaomuunga mkono Ruto nje ya Pwani pia wameunga mkono kauli hizo.
Wale wanaosema kwamba rais aheshimiwe wangerudi kwa drawing board wakauliza hii mvua ilianza kutupigia wapi? Mbona ilikuwa heshima ipo bila kuombwa na hivi sasa yaombwa?
Cha kunishangaza ni kwamba pesa zipo mpaka MCAs wanaweza kupewa kila mtu shilingi milioni 2, lakini pesa hizo madaktari hawawezi kupewa.
Nasikia vibaya sana nikiona rais akitembea pale Kabarak na anaogopa kutembea huko kwingine simply because anajaribu kuuza mtu anaitwa Raila. Na Uhuru anafanya hivyo kwa sababu yeye hajaipigia kura Raila. Sasa Raila ameamua kuwa kama Samson. Amekuja ameshikilia pila zote mbili na akapata tu nywele kidogo kupitia BBI. Nguvu kidogo tu. Akasema nataka tuanguke na hii serikali yote, nianguke na Jubilee yote, nianguke na Uhuru yote.
Sisi hatuna haja na hasira na matusi na kiburi. Nyinyi semeni mambo yenu kwa utaratibu, Wakenya wanasikiza. Sisi tuseme yetu kwa utaratibu, Wakenya wanasikiza. Waamuzi ni watu werevu, watajua hawa Wakenya ni nani wa kweli, ni nani mtapeli. Zamani mjadala ilikuwa ni viongozi, ilikuwa ni mamlaka, ilikuwa ni vyeo. Leo mjadala ni uchumi.
Tukisalia suala hili la BBI, viongozi wanaounga mkono mchakato wa BBI wakiongozwa na kinara wa ODM Raila Odinga wamedai kuwa naibu wa Rais William Ruto ndiye aliyeharibu serikali ya Jubilee kabla ya handshake kati ya Odinga na Rais Uhuru Kenyatta kuiokoa. Haya yanawadia huku viongozi kutoka mrengo wa Ruto na Odinga wakiendelea kulaumiana kuhusiana na ni nani aliyeharibu ajenda ya Jubilee.
Kinara wa ODM Raila Odinga Ijumaa hii aliongoza viongozi kadhaa katika ziara ya kuupigia debe mchakato wa BBI katika kaunti ya Turkana. Odinga amemsuta naibu wa Rais William Ruto kwa kuahidi miradi aliyoahidi kabla ya kuwa naibu wa rais, licha ya kushindwa kutekeleza miaka kadhaa baadaye.
Kwa sababu tukasema tunapandisha kutoka 15% iende mpaka 35%. Zuri au mbaya? Zuri au mbaya? Hapa Turkana wakati huu mnapata shilingi bilioni 10. BBI ikipita itaenda mpaka bilioni 20.
Odinga ameshikilia kuwa BBI ndiyo dawa kwa changamoto ambazo zimekuwa zikiwakumba wa Kenya. Viongozi walioandamana naye wamekanusha madai ya Ruto kuwa Odinga ndiye aliharibu serikali ya Jubilee kupitia handshake.
Alisema handshake ndio imeharibu serikali ya Jubilee. Handshake sasa iko na miaka miwili mitatu. Watoto wetu wa shule wanasoma chini ya miti. Kuanzia 2013 mpaka 2017 hatukuwa na handshake. Bora hapo kujenga madarasa kama William Ruto na ulikuwa deputy president ya Kenya.
Sikukubali kuwekwa chini wheelbarrow. Sisi wenyewe tunajitengezea majumbani, kweli si kweli? Za kufanya kazi za shamba, za kufanya kazi ndogo ndogo. But we are professionals. Watoto wetu wamesoma. We want to educate our kids.
Nataka kila mtu atoke hapa ashike diwani wake mkono, MCO wake, ili tuweze kupitisha Turkana iwe namba ya wale watapitisha.
Vincent Oduor, NTV.
Tukiachana na hayo, mvutano kuhusu nani aliyesababisha kifo cha mlemavu Christopher Nderitu Jumamosi iliyopita katika msafara wa magari uliokuwa unaelekea katika ikulu ndogo ya Sagana unaendelea, huku marehemu akizikwa nyumbani kwake huko Karundas, kaunti ya Nyeri hii leo. Kwa mjibu wa mashahidi, Christopher aligongwa na magari ya wanasiasa, lakini kwa mjibu wa serikali kupitia mshirikishi wa kati Wilfred Nyangwanga, ajali hiyo ilisababishwa na magari ya bunge la kaunti ya Embu. Mwanahabari wetu Melita Oletenges anaarifu zaidi.
Christopher Nderitu aliripotiwa kugongwa na gari Jumamosi iliyopita barabarani katika pitapita zake. Magari matatu yaliyohusika katika ajali hiyo yalikuwa katika msafara wa kuelekea ikulu ndogo ya Sagana kwa mkutano na Rais Kenyatta. Hali ya kulaumiana inaendelea, huku kitendawili kikuu kikiwa ni kubaini nani aliyemuua Christopher. Polisi wanawanyoshea kidole cha lawama madereva wa bunge la kaunti ya Embu, huku wananchi wakishikilia kuwa wanasiasa ndio waliosababisha ajali hiyo. Bunge la kaunti ya Embu kupitia spika wake Josiah Thiriku limekanusha kuhusika kwa magari yake katika ajali hiyo. Familia ya Christopher na baadhi ya viongozi wa kisiasa waliofika mazishini hii leo huko Karundas, kaunti ya Nyeri, wametaka haki itendeke.
Sisi tuko na uchungu sana kusikia magari matatu ya wakubwa wa nchi wenye mapesa wamekuja wameua mlemavu, wanaleta pesa hapa usiku wasionekane ili haki ya mlemavu isipatikane.
Kizaazaa kilishuhudiwa wakati baadhi ya wanasiasa waliponyimwa nafasi ya kuhutubia.
Na mtu hawezi kufa tu namna hiyo na kusemekana hiyo maneno imefanya nini? Imeisha. Hata wale walikuja hapa nasema kimbiza mazishi haraka haraka, ndio hii maneno ya huyu kijana wetu isaulike.
Wewe uko na V8. Mimi niko na wheelchair. Hiyo ndio asili yangu. Na hiyo ndio nimebarikiwa na Mwenyezi Mungu. Tuache madharau, tuache madharau. Tuache madharau. Kama ni mtu mkubwa angekuwa amekanyangwa, leo hii dunia mzima ingekuwa inaongea.
Mwenda zake Christopher Nderitu ameacha mjane Fortunate Muthoni na mtoto mmoja. Melita Oletenges, NTV.
Na tunatumai kwamba ukweli utabainika kuhusiana na kifo cha Christopher Nderitu. Na hali ya utulivu imerejea huko Kapedo huku masomo yakiendelea. Serikali imelaumu jamii kwa inachodai ni kuwaficha wahalifu. Wakati huo huo, baadhi ya viongozi wa Pokot Magharibi wanataka waziri wa usalama wa ndani Fred Matiang'i na mshirikishi wa bonde la Ufa George Natembeya kujiuzulu kwa kile wanachodai ni kufeli kurejesha utulivu huko Kapedo na kukiuka haki za kibinadamu. Bridget Ngana na maelezo zaidi.
Takriban mwezi mmoja baada ya operesheni ya kuleta amani huko Kapedo kuanza, vyombo vya usalama vinasema hali ya utulivu na shughuli za kawaida zimeanza kurejea. Kulingana na mshirikishi wa Bonde la Ufa ambaye ni kinara wa operesheni inayoendelea, wengi wa wahalifu wanaofuatwa na polisi wametorokea kaunti jirani ama kujificha miongoni mwa jamii.
I can say for now we've contained Kapedo. Actually, Kapedo schools are on. All of them are open and kids are in school. And now we are pursuing these bands because they have run away from the hideouts. As I said, we've destroyed all the hideouts. So the problem still goes back to the community because now they are providing them with the hiding place.
Hata hivyo, baadhi ya wabunge kutoka Pokot Magharibi wanahisi kwamba shughuli ya kuwanyang'anya wakazi wa Tiaty bunduki haramu imekuwa na mapendeleo na ukiukaji wa haki za binadamu.
Lakini yale mambo ambayo yalimaliza hapa Marakwet ni kuongea. Yale maneno yalimaliza sisi na Karamoja ni kuongea. Yale maneno yalimaliza maneno yetu na Waturkana pande ya North ni kuongea. So sinataka watu wa Baringo na county na regional commissioner asikie ya kwamba sisi viongozi tumesema tuongee.
Kama umeshindwa na kazi, resign and go home. Enda kaa na mama yako. You people are very busy talking about BBI kule juu. Lakini ikifika mambo ya maisha ya Wapokot na Waturkana, you keep quiet. Na muna pretend ya kwamba network ya ndege ni mbaya, hamwezi fika Kapedo. Kama mama ya Pokot Nation, nataka nimuombe Matiangi, tafadhali funga virago, tunataka tukuone kwa ndege ukishuka Kapedo. Shuka Kapedo, angalia shida ya Kapedo, sio katu wrestling, ni boda. Na nataka niombe rais, president wetu wa nchi ya Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, ya kwamba jitokeze, ongea kuhusu mambo ya Kapedo.
Serikali imeendelea kutetea jinsi inavyoendeleza operesheni huko Tiaty.
I've always believed that the government will come in for 1 or 2 weeks, then they disappear. When the officers get out and they start doing their usual activities. This time round we are there for a long time. We want to ensure that we completely deal with this menace once and for all.
Mashirika ya kutetea haki za kibinadamu sasa wanataka mamlaka ya kusimamia utendakazi wa maafisa wa usalama IPOA kuchunguza vifo vya maafisa wa polisi 60 ambao wanasemekana kufariki kule Kapedo tangu mwaka wa 2014. IPOA pia inatakiwa kuchunguza vifo vya hivi karibuni ya watu 6 ambao wanasemekana kufariki pale operesheni hii ilipoanza. Bridget Ngana, NTV, kaunti ya Nakuru.
Na taarifa hiyo tutatamatishia awamu ya kwanza ya NTV jioni. Tuna mengi tumekuandalia. Mmoja yao ni kuangazia makala ya Ulimwende ambapo hii leo tunaangazia uchoraji wa hina hasa kwa wale wapenzi wa kuchora hina. Usiende mbali.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako. New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Lovers are booking their tables at GMC Place Kitengela. Yes, it's Valentine's, and as is custom, love is blossoming at the heart of GMC. Make that proposal, rekindle your romance, or treat your special someone. Let GMC Place Kitengela be your choice to bloom in love. With a few slots available, call us today on 0701 560 560.
From your first day at school to you captaining your soccer team, no matter how old you are, you'll always be my baby. That's why I trust Dettol to clean, protect, and keep you refreshed every day. I still can't believe how quickly you've grown. Dettol, tested effective against COVID-19.
Shukrani sana kwa kuendelea kuwa nasi. Sanaa ya hina ni mojawapo ya urembo uliokumbatiwa katika maeneo mbalimbali, hasa pwani ya Afrika Mashariki. Wengi hupenda kuchora hina wakati wanapoenda harusini, siku za sherehe ya kuzaliwa na hata kwa waume zao. Katika makala ya wiki hii ya Ulimbwende, Fatma Bugo anaangazia sanaa ya hina nyekundu.
Kuchora ni pambo kwa wanawake wengi wa Kiswahili. Ndio pia siku hizi tunaona wenzetu wanapenda kuyachora. Mtu akitoka tuseme Nairobi, akifika Mombasa, anakuambia na mimi niweke ile tattoo. Mwanzo ilikuwa kwa wengi wanapenda kuchora piko, lakini wenyewe wanasema kukaa kwa mara mbili kunachokesha. Siku hizi wengi naona wanachora hina. Manake ukichora piko ile nyeusi, baadaye itabidi ujaze tena na hina ndani. Ni sana I prefer mtu akija kuchora awe ametoa hizi malaika, inachoreka vizuri na inakuwa na urahisi. Kama mtu amepaka mafuta, na prefer aoshe mkono vizuri ukiwa uwe dry. Kuna wengine waleta sura ambao tunasema ni picture kwa simu, wanakuambia wanataka kama hivyo. Kuna mwingine anakuambia mimi navaa simple, nataka maua yangu yawe simple. Yani siwe ina shout sana kulingana na vazi langu. Kama tulivyosema mwanzo, kuna tofauti ya hina. Hilo tumejaribu hina ya Kihindi. Hii haisubiriwi kauke. Tuweza kuitoa muda wowote, manake pia kukaa kwake itakatu kwa siku 3 ama 2 itoke. Kadri anavyoosha mkono ndo kadri hina inapotoka. Sio hina ambayo tumezizoea za kawaida. Changamoto, unapata mtu anaanza kumchora, anaitizama, anakwambia mimi sijaipenda. Ananyanyuka anaenda chooni kukosha, ama anachukua tishu anafuta pale pale ulipo wewe.
Kuna wanaokuja ambao wanachorea birthday, kuna wanaokuja ambao wanachorea anniversary. Customer wengine wakija huwa hawana shida, yani utakavyomchora ataridhika. Na kuna ambao wengine mtu atakupa maua kwa simu akwambie nataka exactly hivi. Kwa hiyo usikosee kitu chochote pale. Kama mimi mchoraji tayari huwa nikimshika mtu mkono huwa nishajua huyu mkono wake ni mwembamba, haiwezani na maua makubwa. Kwa sababu endapo mkono wa mtu ikiwa ni mwembamba, ukimchora maua makubwa inakuwa inatisha. Na mtu pengine mkono wake ni mpana, ukimchora vijua vidogo pia huwa vinatisha. Kwa hiyo mtu wa kawaida pengine utamchora tu kidogo na maua simple, lakini biharusi ni uhakikishe kwa umemchora kwa makini na maua ambayo yote wewe wajua uyamalize kwa biharusi. Zamani ilikuwa kama ni lazima ukichora upake mpaka kwenye kucha. Lakini kama kwa saa hii hivi sasa nahisi kama wateja wingi na wachora huwa hawataki kuwekwa hina kwa kucha. Na mara nyingi ni kwa sababu ya kuwa mtu akwambia mimi naenda kuweka kucha, ndio sitaki kupaka. Ama pengine mtu haendi kuweka kucha, lakini akwambia sitaki kuwekwa hina kwa kucha kwa sababu hina yachukua time kutoka. Lakini sana mara nyingi yategemea na wewe mwenyewe unaichorwa utumiaji wa maji.
Wakazi kutoka kijiji cha Nanjeho, kaunti ya Busia wamejawa na hofu baada ya ng'ombe mwenye tabia za kustaajabisha kuhamia eneo hilo hivi majuzi. Inadaiwa kuwa ng'ombe huyo alihamia eneo hilo baada ya kufurushwa kutoka kijiji kingine. Huku hayo yakijiri, baadhi ya walimu kutoka Kajiado wanaikashifu Wizara ya Elimu kwa kutotilia maanani miundo msingi ya elimu katika eneo hilo. Fatma Bugo na mengi zaidi kwenye matukio majimboni.
Ni ng'ombe anaendelea kuwashangaza wakazi wa eneo hili la Nanjeho, kaunti ya Busia, wengi wakistaajabishwa na mienendo yake. Kwa mbali wakazi wanamtizama, kwani kulingana nao ng'ombe huyu hana urafiki na mtu wala hakubali mtu kumkaribia, na malazi yake ni chooni tu. Na kwa wale waliojaribu kumkaribia waliishia mateke na majeraha. Wanadai huenda alikuwa akitumika kishirikina. Sasa wanaomba msaada kumwondoa ng'ombe huyo kijijini mwao.
Hii ng'ombe ilirusha teki, mtu akiwa almost 50 meters, ikafunja imbavu. Sasa ilishangaza watu kuona ng'ombe ambaye anaendanga ndani ya choo. Alafu inaenda na nyuma, alafu inakaa ndani ya choo inajisaidia hapo. Ng'ombe haiwezi kuona, haipendi kuona mwanaume yote.
Sekta ya utalii inatarajiwa kuimarika huko Pwani baada ya washikadau katika sekta hiyo kuweka mikakati kabambe. Kwa ushirikiano na serikali ya kaunti ya Mombasa, baadhi ya hoteli na kampuni ya Jambo Jet zimepania kurahisisha safari na malazi ya watalii wanapozuru maeneo mbalimbali kama Diani na Malindi. Kulingana na mkurugenzi wa kampuni ya ndege ya Jambo Jet, Karanja Ndegwa, asilimia kubwa ya wasafiri wamekuwa wakisafiri maeneo ya Mombasa na Nairobi. Tayari wameanzisha kampeni za siku 4 kuwavutia watu kuzuru pwani. Huko Kajiado, baadhi ya shule zinaendelea kupitia wakati mgumu, huku walimu wakishutumu Wizara ya Elimu kwa kutowazingatia. Baadhi ya mambo yaliyoangaziwa zaidi ni ukosefu wa walimu wa kutosha na miundo msingi bora katika shule za eneo hilo, hali inayodaiwa kuchangia wanafunzi kufanya vibaya shuleni. Wamemtaka Waziri wa Elimu Profesa George Magoha kuzuru eneo hilo ili kujionea taswira halisi. Wafanyabiashara katika soko la Ibiza, Ukunda, kaunti ya Kwale wanalalamikia kile wanadai ni kuangaishwa na serikali ya kaunti hiyo. Wanadai kufurushwa katika soko walilokuwa, hali iliyochangia kuzorota kwa biashara zao hasa kipindi hiki cha korona. Wanaiomba serikali ya kaunti kuwatengea sehemu mwafaka watakayoendesha biashara zao kwa amani, angalau kujipatia kipato. Fatma Bugu, NTV.
Na tunaenda mapumzikoni, tarejea na taarifa za spoti. Tulia papo hapo.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
From your first day at school to you captaining your soccer team, no matter how old you are, you'll always be my baby. That's why I trust Dettol to clean, protect, and keep you refreshed every day. I still can't believe how quickly you've grown. Dettol, tested effective against COVID-19.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
In Kenya, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. Brushing with Pepsodent removes bacteria and repairs tiny holes before they become cavities. Because every smile matters.
I wish I could have soft and glowing skin.
New Geisha Black Soap. With activated charcoal to give you soft and glowing skin. New Geisha Black Soap and New Geisha Moringa.
Today tastes like a new tradition, like an old favorite. Tastes like all hands on deck and all eyes on the prize. Today tastes like a piece of the action. And it never tasted this good.
Tuna dunda sasa haraka upesi. Wananiita Joshua Makori. Vinara wa ligi kuu ya kandanda humu nchini, ligi ya BetKing Tusker FC, wametanua pengo la alama 4 kileleni mwa jedwali baada ya kuinyuka wazito bao 1 bila jibu uwanjani Kasarani. Jackson Macharia alitia kimiani bao la pekee na la ushindi kunako muda wa lala salama. Ushindi huu una maana kwa wanamvinyo sasa wana alama 26 mbele ya KCB iliyo ya pili na ambayo itachuana na Vihiga United uwanjani Utalii hapo kesho. Aidha Wazito wamesalia watatu na alama 20. Kesho pia Kakamega Homeboys itachuana na City Stars nyumbani Buhungu, nayo Kariobangi Sharks itaikaribisha Bandari FC ugani Utalii. Kubwa hii sasa na ni kwamba kila kitu kishwari kwa mechi kubwa kabisa ya ligi kuu ya BetKing kati ya mahasimu wa tangu jadi Gor Mahia na AFC Leopards uwanjani Kasarani siku ya Jumapili. Ingwe itakutana na Kogalo kwa mara ya 90 katika historia yao.
We expect the best. We have a very good team. Yeah, and Ingwe, they start with a lot of pressure, but eventually we tame them. We are very confident. We understand the field. We understand the stadium. That is where we are. It doesn't scare us. In fact, FC guys will be scared of the big empty stadium.
Hii game haitakuwa na pressure kutoka nje. Ni wachezaji 11 wale watakuwa ndani kwa timu hizi zote mbili. Wale watabadilisha vile matokeo yatakuwa. Lakini ukiangalia ni vigumu sana watu kuamini ya kwamba FC na Gor Mahia wanaweza cheza katika uga ule hauna mashabiki. Na ni mara ya kwanza, hatujui hii experience itakuwa aje.
We need to appreciate that fans play a very crucial role in football. Not only in football, but in sports in general. They create an atmosphere. But most importantly, fans also provide an avenue for clubs to generate revenue. We are at a place where we cannot have fans for now. It is not in our liking. It's caused by COVID.
Tusalia na kandanda na ni kwamba kocha wa Harambee Stars Jacob Ghost Mulee amekitaja kikosi cha wanasoka 28 wanaocheza kandanda hapa nyumbani kwa ajili ya maandalizi ya mechi mbili za kufuzu dimba la mataifa ya Afrika nchini Cameroon mwaka 2022. Miongoni mwa waliotajwa kikosini ni mlinda lango wa KCB Joseph Okoth, mlinda ngome mwenzake na Hashon Alambi na kiungo wa AFC Leopards Collins Shichenje. Kiungo wa Wazito Kevin Kimani amerejea timuni huku mshambulizi wa Tusker Henry Meja ambaye alishiriki dimba la Sekafa la wasiozidi umri wa miaka 20 akiwa na Rising Stars akijumuisha kikosini pia. Mazoezi yataanza rasmi siku ya Jumatatu. Stars itapambana na mafarao wa Misri hapa nyumbani Machi tarehe 22 na kisha ikutane na Togo Machi tarehe 30 ugenini Lome katika kundi G. Ndondi sasa na ni kwamba rais wa shirikisho la ndondi duniani Aiba Umar Kuremulevu atazuru Kenya wikendi hii ili kutathmini hatua ambayo imepigwa katika mchezo huo wa ngumi hapa nyumbani. Aidha, hii ni mara ya kwanza kwa rais wa Aiba kufanya ziara barani Afrika. Shirikisho lenyewe la hapa nyumbani linaomba serikali ifungue ndondi.
Ingekuwa vizuri kama pia tunaweza funguliwa mchezo wa mabondia wetu wakaweza kujipima, kwa sababu mara ya mwisho tuliingia ulingoni ilikuwa ni mwaka uliopita mwezi wa pili.
Yani ni kama mwaka mzima
bila kucheza. Kwa hivyo inakuwa ni vigumu sana kujipima, na wakati umekaa nje kwa muda kipindi kirefu basi inakuwa zile reactions pia haziko kama vile zilivyokuwa, kwa sababu hujazoea hiyo hali ya mchezo.
Wakitufungulia tuweza kuanzia maklabu zianze kurudi kufanya mazoezi kama Kisumu, Busia. Kuna wale tunajua kuna ndondi iko vibrant sana. Nani kama Busia ndondi iko vibrant, Kisumu pia iko, Mombasa pia iko. Tuweza kuweka mchezo mmoja kwanza kama friendly, kama ya kujumaisha watu kwanza, kuwapima nguvu. Na hiyo itakuwa kama siku 5 siku 4. Baada hapo tupange kalenda ya league, tuanze league.
Mchezaji wa Uganda Arthur Sewanyi amekuwa akipiga hatua kwenye safari yake ya kufanikiwa katika mchezo wa chess kwa miaka 15 sasa. Lokder na Tioma alisema naye na kuiandaa hii taarifa.
Safari ya Arthur Sewanyi mwenye umri wa miaka 32 ya kuwa bingwa wa mchezo wa chess ilianza baada ya kupata jeraha la mgongo akicheza raga katika shule ya Namiliango. Shule hiyo ina umaarufu wa akademia na michezo katika wilaya ya Mukono, Uganda ya Kati.
My school is Rugby Giants for Uganda, and then I was one of the most promising rugby players. But around the time I learned chess, I actually got an injury, And then my doctor told me not to relax, to have a break from rugby. That's when I learned chess. It was through a friend within my class. And then we would spar every after classes. He was decent, better than me, but soon he went apart.
Mzaliwa huyo wa Uganda ambaye pia ni mfamasia ameiwakilisha nchi yake katika mashindano ya chess kwenye Olimpiki tangu mwaka wa 2012. Kwa sasa anashikilia nafasi ya 2332 ulimwenguni chini ya shirikisho la kimataifa la chess.
My first event I was last with 0, but my team won, and that spurred me on to the next school event where I actually won the event. So now you're meeting strong players and still as last. But like that, you know, there are ups, downs, then finally you get to that level where you're also good.
Segwanyi anaamini kwamba kuongezeka kwa filamu kama Queen of Katwe inayoangazia maisha ya mchezaji wa chess wa Uganda Fiona Mutesi na ile ya Queen's Gambit kunaashiria kuimarika kwa chess barani Afrika sasa na siku za usoni.
A movie like Queen's Gambit is very good for ladies in chess, because chess is a male-dominated sport, which I think it shouldn't be. And maybe one of the reasons is women do not have these role models to look up to in chess. And maybe someone like Beth Hammond, despite the fact that it's a fictional character, she could try to inspire some of the ladies to actually work on their chess and be good.
Nyota huyu alipewa taji kuu la kimataifa mnamo mwaka wa 2015 baada ya kushinda ubingwa wa ukanda wa chess katika mechi yake ya raundi ya 7 dhidi ya Tedesse Estube Haile Selassie wa Ethiopia. Lokeder Natiom, NTV.
Nuru aliwasha NTV jioni, naomba ifunge tena rasmi. Kwaheri.
Na shukrani sana kwa kutazama, na sina la ziada. Mwenzangu wa ishara ni David Agundua. Alamsiki.
This is NTV.
Today tastes like a new tradition, like an old favorite. Tastes like all hands on deck and all eyes on the prize. Today tastes like a piece of the action. And it never tasted this good.
Geisha Shea Butter and Honey. Made with the goodness of shea butter to moisturize dry skin.
Be strong and last long.
Fashion design is my dream.
Change your story, dream full steam. For a brighter path, gotta get to class.
Stop! Got to change my tissue.
No more tissue issue, it can be jammy, leaky, smelly.
Change your story, not your tissue, with always 3-in-1. Get triple protection. 1 locks leaks, 2 locks germs, 3 locks odor, 3-in-1 protection. No more tissue, dream full steam. From hallway to runway, my future, my glory.
Let's all change our story.
With always 3-in-1 protection, available in day and night range.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
When I open my eyes, I see beauty you can't believe. Oh mama, no place I'd rather be. Kama si Kenya, duniani hamna kama we. Nothing better. Si unapendeza. Let the sunshine over you, my love. Your sounds heal my soul.
I have to admit, I didn't like Sukuma Wiki when I was growing up, but now I've created a way to make Sukuma Wiki tastier and meatier. I simply add 2 Royco beef cubes, and the end result is a rich, meaty flavor. And today, I have brought along my harshest food critics for a taste test. My kids.
More, please.
Royco beef cubes. Add 2 small cubes for a big, meaty taste.
NTV, turning on your world. The following program has been rated PG. It may contain scenes unsuitable for children under the age of 10.
Hello and welcome to the Weekend Edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. We have yet another classic show lined up for you. Our guests for this episode are siblings who have both done very well for themselves in different fields of the entertainment industry. And in the spirit of ladies first, here for the second time, Joy Muthengi is in the house.
It's your girl.
Hapo sawa mazee. We also have in studio her elder brother who alongside Ekodida wali launch flow moja noma sana ya kumix ma punchline na ma pose.
Skiza flow mbichi ya ma punchline na ma pose. So soothing naeza fanya mtoto adoze.
Holiday is in the house.
That's right, limited edition. I'm on the weekend edition.
We'll be talking to them in a bit. We have a very interesting concept and burning questions that we hope will be answered on today's episode. One of them being how elder brothers are always overprotective with their sisters. Ni mara ngapi umesikia watu wamekosana, mama mtu amekosana na besti yake, juu amejaribu kukatia sister yake. That and so much more coming up in a bit. But first, Kenyans have dismissed the request by the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, KUPPET's request to provide teachers in volatile regions of the country with guns. Yani wa Kenya wamekata walimu wapewe bunduki kabisa. I think it's because Kenyans know that in a school setting, there are very many things that are more scary than a gun. A deputy principal, seeing your mathematics teacher coming towards your classroom during a PE lesson, chemistry double lesson immediately after lunch. I can go on and on. On a serious note though, I understand where KUPPET is coming from. They are drawing attention to the teachers' safety in the volatile areas of the country. This is them giving the government an option to either protect the teachers or give them guns so that they can protect themselves from external attacks. But think about this for a minute. What if teachers in Kenya had guns? 1, students would treat education as a matter of life and death, literally. And 2, it would be an instant boost to academic performance. And teachers and parents have always known that every student has the ability to score straight A's. The only difference is the degree of motivation. And I know you know, and I know very well, that a gun has the same effect on all human beings. At gunpoint, anyone will give you what you want. A gun is the SI unit of motivation. Now introduce a gun in a school context. You remember when a teacher used to ask, what is the square root of 99? And then you start stammering. Now imagine that question at gunpoint. Kijana nauliza, what is the square root of 99? Utajibu, 9.94987437107. Good boy. Sasa nilikuwa ni lazima nitoe msema kweli ndio ufukue akili. Now the only undoing to this theory is that a teacher with a cane is more dangerous than a police officer with a gun. Najua kuna mtu anauliza, uko na video tuone? Yes, tuko nayo. Or have you forgotten that hapa juzi 2 teachers went on strike in Kericho town na askari akapata kukula kiboko ya mwalimu in broad daylight? We have the video. Pea huyo mwalimu bunduki. Now, still on education, a pilot with 8 years flying experience was this week charged in court over allegations of forging a KCSE certificate to qualify to join an aviation school. Haters have twisted this to claim that this means that there is no limit to how high you can go even without education. Personally, my question will be, if it's forgery, why limit yourself to a B+? Huyu jamaa anaweza kuwa alijiangalia hivi akaona yeye hawezi pata A hata kama anajipea. Now, I have really thought about this, and the only logical conclusion is that since he wanted to be a pilot, he just needed a grade that can put him above sea level. Now, on the flip side though, the biggest question arising from these allegations is if someone can fly a plane for 8 years without the set academic qualifications in the first place, how necessary are these requirements? You do realize that this could mean that hata msiwanduthi akipewa tu ndege apige raundi mbili, hivyo ndio ameomoka. Maybe that's why watakangi watu wanduthi waingie airport. Mnaweza kaa hivi kwa airport, mnasikia mtu wa security anauliza, na by the way, hii nduthi imekaa hapa sana, ni ya nani? Alafu, buda, hii si ni huyo jamaa ametoka na ndege ya Heathrow. Now, this incident might really end up demystifying the aviation industry. Kabisa. Hii mazi MC, ulijuaje mambo ya kuendesha ndege? Tia, relax mazi, mimi ni mtu akiwaja. Kuendesha ndege has never been such a great deal following that report. Now, the aviation industry has also had interesting vibes in recent times. Following the ongoing renovations at JKIA, Manzi, the Kenya Airports Authority recently requested passengers to arrive 4 hours before their departure time to avoid inconveniences. This means that the flight time from Nairobi to New York is now equal to the flight time from Nairobi to Mombasa for a passenger traveling from Rongai. Do the math. Nairobi to New York ni 15 hours. From Rongai to Nyayo peke yake, it's 5 hours on a good day. Then Nyayo Stadium to JKIA is only 9 hours zako moto. Alafu the remaining 1 hour gets you to Mombasa by flight time. Now, compared to other means of transport, a passenger traveling from Nairobi to Mombasa by flight may need 5 hours from the airport, and a passenger traveling by SGR will only need 4 hours. This means that for the duration of the renovations, a plane will be the slowest means of transport. Now, the topic of focus on this episode is sibling rivalry. We have so much to discuss in the field of growing up together, brothers and sisters. And Joy Mudhengi na Holy Dave are our guests on this episode, and they are joining us on the other end of this short commercial break. See you guys in a bit.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
How powerful is the healing power of Vaseline? We applied Vaseline jelly to one leaf, the other we left alone. After just a few days, the difference is visible. Nothing locks in moisture better to keep skin restored. That's the healing power of Vaseline.
Heaviness and a burning inside, it could be heartburn.
Kiungulia na kuvimbiwa? Ino inatibu ndani ya sekunde 6 na inatuliza dalili 6 za kiungulia. Kwa hivyo unaweza kuburudika bila kikomo. Ino, tibu haraka kiungulia na tumbo kuvimba.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Try Panadol Advance for relief from headaches, body aches, and fever. With Panadol's Optizorb formula, the tablet gently breaks down in the stomach, quickly absorbs, and starts providing pain relief in 15 minutes. For fast and effective pain relief that you can trust, try Panadol Advance.
Welcome back to the weekend edition. I'm Dr. Kingori, and episode ya leo ni zile tunasemanga zile za everybody's episode. Leo tunataka kuongelea subject that everyone can relate to, siblings. Tuko na a brother and a sister, people who are very familiar to you. Tuko na HD na Joy Muthengi in the house. Karibu sana Joy.
Fancy, thanks for having us.
Nashukuru sana bro.
Karibu sana.
Nice to see you. Sijika nimekukaribia hivi.
Jay, atujai kuwa close range hivi
kabisa.
Na mimi pia nimekuona, nakwambia nilikuwa nimecompare video yenu ya niko na Reason na Eko Dida from 11 years ago.
11 years ago. Bro.
Na sahi kama gava uko same no change.
Naka the same kama gava.
Maze. No change maze. But wewe ni welcome to the club for the first time, join it the second time. Maze. Nataka kuongea mambo ya siblings. Na I think acha tuanze na David ndio wewe mdefend. Kwa story ya siblings, ukigrow up, especially of course mko kwa family of 5 children, but nyinyi ni wawili, nyinyi ndio highlight.
Ndio the media Muthengis,
the media Muthengis. Ukigrow kuna kitu maboys wako nayo. Kama si tukiingia high school, orientation ya kuingia form 1 ndio mse wa father kubali ulale karibu naye ni uko na sister.
Uko na sister.
Hiyo.
No, for real. It's true. Actually umenikumbusha, I was favored. Niko high school, I was given a lot of favors because I had not one but 3 sisters.
No, for real.
For real. Okay, Joey hawako namjua sana because alikuwa young, but sasa huyo Grace na Eunice, niko naambia form 1 kuja hapa. Wewe bro Grace, sawa.
Ulale hapa ni privileges. Shule ya mademu ulikuwa na hizo kama
well, I didn't go to a girls' school. I went to a mixed school, but no, this is new to me. I've never heard of this concept.
No, for real?
No, like what?
So huko unafikisha ujumbe?
Sikuwa nafikisha, mimi nilikuwa tu niko na bragging rights. Nangara nao.
Alafu you are younger to HD, which is a subject that most people are not familiar with. In fact, some of my team members walisema and joined your senior. They had to be proven wrong.
I don't know why people think that, and I get that so often. I don't know.
I know why. It's because she succeeded more.
No, it's because uko na utoto.
Sasa mimi nitakutetea nani mshinda na Willis. But then but then that's one I like. Willis ni Bazoo na shout out to him.
Shout out to Willis.
Shout out to Willis. So inakanga hivyo sana.
Yeah.
But then kama wasi mnafuatana, I loved the coincidence that wewe ndio unafuata HD. Mulikuanga na kuna na theory fulani ya watu wanafuatana wao kuwa na kesi mob sana. Fight. Ni true kwa nyinyi the Muthengis?
Not really. Actually, we're the closest, I would say. Like,
really?
Yeah, we're really close. So,
very.
Yeah, I think we've just supported each other, had a very loving relationship our whole life. I mean, of course we fight.
Zile za kawaida.
Zile za kukosana tu ujinga, but like,
so nyinyi,
for the most part, yeah.
You are the siblings who would gang up against one or our wingine.
Now, unfortunately, you can't gang up against them because they're older than us.
Oh, the margin ni kubwa sana.
Si kubwa, but bado tunaheshimu.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But us guys are like best friends, yeah. Yeah, me,
we together. I was doing everything that he was doing. Like he was hanging with the boys.
That's what I was about to talk about. I influenced her.
Suddenly I'm a tomboy. Like, oh, he's in media. Even me, I'm in media. Like it was just that. Oh, he raps. Like, let me rap too. Like
that's right.
It's really. And I was telling him. By the other day, I was telling him, "Easy, she does not to converse with the media. It's because of you." Like. Because when I came back from the States, he was rapping and doing all this entertainment stuff, and I was like, well, I guess that's what we're doing then, you know?
And then you followed him.
And then, years down the line, you realize how hard this industry is, and you're like, should I really have gone this route?
Okay, sawa. In high school, having a sister ni for survival. Akisema, you used to hang out with the boys. Kuna code. Ukikatia sister yangu tunakosana. Has that happened too?
Wale nilikuwa naambia wale maboy ovyo hivyo. Lakini wale nataka favors naambia. Sasa ndamsalimia basi. Ndamsalimia. Bana nataka kuibisha Churchill hapa hivi kwa hiyo.
Aya.
Churchill alikuwa na come home. Tuko Macha. Hizo siku tulikuwa tumefika Nairobi. Tumetoka States tunajua tulienda Macha direct.
Oh, mlitoka State mpaka Macha.
Tulitoka airport tukachapa left. Tukachapa right. Chapa left bro tunaenda hivi na kijirafu. In the 90s kulikuwa majirafu. Hizo hoteli hazikuwa na tukaenda Macha. So nakumbuka Churchill alikuwa high school moja na sistangu big units. So Churchill anakam kwa gate. Anataka kuongea nani? Anasema nataka kuongea na Devi. So mimi nakujiona wochi Devi uko na mgeni. Hiyo niko umevisitia unajua hiyo siku una life. So nimeenda na hao yetu ilikuwa mbali na gate. Hiyo place tulikuwa naishi, hiyo shule tulikuwa naishi. Nafika hapo naambia toa ujinga hapa ni tesi stako.
For real?
I remember those words. Toa ujinga hapa ni tesi stako. Imagine Churchill wewe.
Manze. But then hiyo ni code ya Churchill, right? But when kuna maboys wenye uni boys wako but code inasema fai kukatia sister yako. If you're really true friends, why wouldn't you want to be relatives?
Sijui mbona na hii kitu naweza rusha maboy noma. Sijui sielewi like nilikuwa na feel uncomfortable like mtu akiongea na sister. Kwanza boy wangu na feel even worse.
Una feel
yani una feel nikana kukatia wewe. I feel weird because unajua boy. Unajua zile the good things about them, unajua pia the bad things unacheki.
Oh, about the boys.
Yeah, about the boy. About now my boy.
Na this goes both ways kwa sababu kama dem you are in a position to judge every person your brother dates.
I judged all of them and I hated all of them.
You hated all of them?
All of them. I don't think there's one ever like...
I'm single. I'm single.
I was like, no, not good enough. Not gonna happen.
Okay, but what's the threshold for someone to qualify to date your brother?
I don't even know. I don't know.
You just hate everybody.
No, I just never liked his girlfriend.
You're just blocking.
I never liked them.
For real?
But now, if they knew what to do, they would have treated me nicely. So now at least I give you, I open the gates.
But Churchill alipata through pass by treating him
poorly. I guess the code is different.
Na kama me spend some time in the States, ndio? Were you guys happy that mnarudi Kenya ama ilikuwa like
Honestly, I didn't think we were coming to stay. I don't know. I thought we were just going on a vacation.
Mlikuja vacation forever.
Mlikuja vacation. So at first it's exciting, like David is saying, you're like, oh, giraffes, oh, trees, And then after a while you're like, so we're staying here?
You're not going back.
This is it.
I remember we were low-key happy. We were happy, kidogo, because like the place we lived last in Chicago, I remember it was kind of dangerous. So my dad was like, wacha maliza masomo na kazi yake ndio atoke nje ndio tunaweza cheza akiwa hapo hivyo. So alikuwa
you didn't have this freedom.
Yeah, when we go to Africa, you guys can just roam and play.
Can climb trees.
And climb trees. Whoa, run around. Whoa. Run like that far?
No, mpaka mna test how far.
Bro, tulikuwa na studio, tulikuwa cheza placement sana hivi. Sasa ameka kiti hapo.
And we couldn't, and we couldn't just be out on our own, like we all had to be together.
You guys, mnasikia tulikuwa America State, mnafikiria tulikuwa naishi huko Runda huko. I remember kwanza there's one day nakumbuka akatoa kiti, then we're playing. So we're playing compound yetu tulikuwa tumechana hii studio. We're playing, tunacheza, unafika pale unarudi. Then a gang came. Nakumbuka hiyo gang, Insane Vice Lords. Kwanza sign out ilikuwa Insane Vice Lords.
Oh, so hizo gangs mpaka ziko
walikuwa masign. So unaona wametoka huko kwa horizon. Unaona mzee anasema ingieni kwa hao, then tunachungulia kwa window, unaona after kwa naishi corner house, so unaona wamepita hivyo hizo ma low rider vile ucheki kwa movies. Kweli tukio low rider imepita, mwingine ana shati boxer huku gani, ndio hiyo chiki bike wanapita, kuna wale wako on foot, kuna wale ma skateboard, then wakifika pale mzee anasema atokeni mcheze.
I guess I was protected from a lot of this because I was the last born.
So they used to experience that.
They used to protect me from a lot of stuff like that.
So when demwaocha wa huku. US ulikuwa tu na trailer ukaonja kidogo alafu
But alirudi kusoma college huko, so nimekaa.
Now how is it like kukua like 5 siblings? How do you get your parents' attention?
It's very tough. I cried a lot.
Oh,
your strategy.
Yeah, that was my strategy, just to cry about everything. Because otherwise, yeah, and you're uko last born. You know.
So if you see a kid crying, most of the time ni attention seeking.
Attention seeking mbaya sana. I think that's how I ended up on TV. I was like, me. Make it about me.
Amei kuseti, unajua last bonds wanakuanga na kitu.
Amenseti. Wacha kuseme tu moja, hata hiyo ni mpaka leo. You remember the day your birthday, Dad left me some money to buy you pizza.
Ah, yes.
And then I went.
And then he went and spent the money with his friends.
Yeah, with my friends.
At a party.
The pizza was to be shared equally.
I was to buy her pizza.
He was given money to buy me a pizza for my birthday.
And
he went.
And my friends were around from the UK.
Yeah, and just like spent it all. Partied with them. I've never been more upset. Like I have never been.
That one I remember because I was like a teenager. That one, it's one of the most recent ones. Of course, alituuza. Nakumbuka sasa tukua dogo, tukua state, tukua less. So namchokoza because niko na mbuli kidogo. Because hauna mtu mwingine unaweza bully.
Ni gang.
So unambuli kidogo, then mzee akitoka shule baadaye ama kutoka job, nasikia tu belt, nasikia tu room.
Sister tu watu ya wachapangwi.
Ulisikia wapi? Hizo siku tulikuwa na chapo ama tulikuwa najua nini?
Tunajua rights.
Yeah, tulikuwa tunachapa sana.
Yeah, tulikuwa najua rights. Tulikuwa na limwa. Mamwiko zilikuwa zina importiwa kutoka Kenya.
Mnaitwa mwiko, si asembe.
Okay, so ilikuwa napika na inafanya vitu.
Oh, ina kill two birds with one stone. So, time ya pizza, aliwakinda kwa mzae, aliwaseti kwa mzae, alafu what followed ndio ilifanya you...
I mean, it's later in life, kwa hivyo huwezi chapwa, kwa hivyo sasa hapo ni sanctions. Hapo ni sanctions. So, as a young guy, unategemea tu mzazi.
Yes.
So, akikunyima kitu alikuwa anakupatia, that's enough. Hiyo ni worse hata kuliko kiboko.
Kai.
It was my birthday, okay? It was my birthday. You should have shown a little respect.
Alitesa na pesa yako ya birthday?
Yeah.
I'll make it up to you. Next birthday, I got you.
He says all these years later.
Now was the longest time as siblings, mumai chemushana, mukaka, you don't talk, you don't...
We have.
Taki story yake kabisa.
We have, but the funny thing is, when it goes on for a few days, my parents get involved.
They get involved, yeah.
They'll be like, look, you know, talk to us in Kao nicely and tell us, this is your brother. You know those ones? You guys, all you have is each other.
Yeah.
And he started by saying that you succeeded first. You succeeding first, do you have a cap as to how much you can help your brother in this sense? You're in the media industry. He's a musician, right? Do you fika a place that niaje siezi play ngoma yako juwe ni bro yangu, it's against ethics?
No, that's never been a problem for me because, you know, when all this media is done, all I have is him left. So now, if I start acting like media is my sibling, it's not. It's just a job, and they come and they go. So I've never had a problem with that. We support each other, you know, even like interviews and everything. Like he drives me to my interviews. Like so, we're that close that I've never felt like Atisasa it's too much. Yeah.
Na Dave umejipata place yenye you'd like to dictate. Unasikia vile she hates all your exes. Yes, that's their current state, right? She hates all your exes.
Yeah.
Have you ever found yourself in a position that you want to dictate ana date nani?
Not really, because hata ya jisikiangi kudate sana. Kwa hivyo sinanga hiyo shida. Sijapata kwa hiyo shida. She's a very simple person.
I'm a loner.
And she has very few friends. Like, kwanza mimi namuencourage, have a few more. Few more friends. Like, she's so
have
simple,
some of my friends.
The friends tunaweza count hapa.
Even this is too
hata
many.
Ni kubwa.
Na for the few times, haujai kuwa, wewe pia umekuanga na the same opinion that you hate everyone she dates?
No.
By the way, unaweza kuwa based in a Charlie sister yako, as in you're genuine friends. You're hanging out, ni my boys.
Nah.
Not with me, but you've been friends with like...
Oh, yeah, my other sister.
My other sister.
One of my sister's boyfriends.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah. To call my boy, yeah. I mean, I guess because right now in life, like, to mature a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now things are a bit different.
If they break up, you also break up. the friendship?
Yeah, that one didn't break up.
I didn't break up.
Yeah, they didn't.
Sasa tunakutana chini ya maji.
Oh, no, for real?
Sasa kwa boy wangu.
No, but he's a cool guy.
But he's a cool
like,
guy.
we
So
all
me,
used to hang out with
hizo
him.
ni shida zao.
Mbaya hapo ni
Kama wali
Whatever happened, that's
none
none of my
like ni
business.
msemo maana in society. Jamaa mkul.
No, for real. Ngoja, na wewe, if you are friends with if you are friends with his girlfriend, right? Alafu wa break up. You break up with them too.
I don't know. I would have to be in the situation to really know. I can't say definitely.
Awezi akasema your relationship depends on whether
No,
the
I mean
relationship works.
if we were good friends, we were good friends. Like he's saying, I don't have a lot of friends, so if I found one that I liked, I keep them around.
Okay. Na HD, when it comes to the industry pamoja, msee akijipata kwa moto, like Joy yako kwa moto na Wakenya, unajua Wakenya vile wakuanga wanakufunulia file.
KOT.
Bas, KOT.
Well, don't ask for it.
Nah, relax. It's a weekend edition tunakuanga nao. So ukisikia Joy akifunguliwa file, do you feel the need?
Yes, and there are times I've stepped up naambia Joy ni nini sasa, ananiambia relax, let me fight my battles.
Hataki uingilie?
Because it doesn't help anybody to fight people online.
Yeah. Kuna times nimesema, you know, ana clap back, but ananiambia isaidii kitu, so
delete block, delete block.
That's how you survive.
And it's been painful, you know, over the years, because, you know, Joey has achieved what a lot of people haven't achieved in Kenya, like in ladies, Yani, as a female kuweza reach zile heights reach in radio, TV, in hosting big events and awards and competitions in Kenya, like watu few sana wameweza achieve hiyo. So the more una succeed, the more unaji expose to people. So she's an easy target. So the bigger you become, you know, say easy president, deputy president, they're easy targets. So the bigger we become, the more we're easy targets. So it's easy to target her, and hiyo kitu imeniuma sana over the years, but she's very strong, like imeni encourage.
Okay.
So hata mimi nikipigana na mtu mdogo nasema
But asanteni sana kwa kukaa show yetu leo.
Bro, thanks for having us. We actually stay for interview Kai.
That's what I was telling him. I was like,
the
interview
different.
I did here was probably my favorite interview that I've ever done.
Wow.
No, and I mean that, and I tell him all the time.
She came and told me. That guy is intelligent. Like, he's gonna ask you things that other people don't ask. So thank you very much.
Karibu, Maze, asante. That means much, Maze. It means a lot. Kwa pata feedback kama hiyo. Maze, mama na blush, Maze na macho zote mbili.
Blush na macho.
Hey, Manze, but always good vibes having you.
Thanks,
HD,
it's
a pleasure to meet you,
nice
kabisa kabisa,
nice to meet
and we
you
hope you can come back again and again.
For sure.
Kuna kitu yote nimesahau mnaweza ambia mafans before we let you go?
I mean, other than what to support to our foundation,
The Mudhengi Foundation.
We raise support for education-related needs in society. So what to check out, to pale Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wajue vile wanaweza plug in ndio to impact society. Hiyo ingine to just follow us. Tutaongea.
Huh? Nah, man, you said it all. I'm good.
Wazi Manze, wasi checking out the Mudhengi Foundation. In this country, Mali tuko, we can do with anyone ako willing to come through for our fellow Kenyans, and I believe that's what the Mudhengi Foundation is all about. Otherwise, asanteni sana, and that's it for the weekend edition. See you next week. My name is Dr. Kingori.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
I'm getting to that house. The first thing I noticed is the same way I left him lying down is the same way I found him. Grace, I didn't need to be told. I knew.
On the season premiere of Unscripted.
Like, how do you just die? You've left me with a child, a special needs child.
I have a deep conversation with a strong lady who narrates about an emotional, devastating event.
I usually say God brought him home in time for him to die.
She shares her story to honor the pill of her life and, of course, to inspire others. Join me, Grace Salame, this Saturday from 8 p.m.
Today tastes like a new tradition, like an old favorite. Tastes like all hands on deck and all eyes on the prize. Today tastes like a piece of the action. And it never tasted this good.
Kwa kusema kweli ni kama tumezaliwa upya.
Sasa ikuwe uwanja ambayo tunaweza invite timu zingine hapo nje.
He is a person who loves agriculture.
Tangu gavana aingie kwa ofisi ametusaidia sana.
The county government is playing a very big role in equipping these hospitals.
He is very good with the people.
Iko na ng'ombe, kuku na yote inategemea hiyo maji.
And now they are getting 1 million liters per day.
This is NTV.
It's Friday. Hello and welcome to it. This is TTTT. My name is Amina Abdi Rabar. Let's take a look at some of the stories that were so big that we just could not stop talking about this entire week. What a bad day for this motorcyclist and the passenger. What exactly happened here? How? I don't understand. You'll see it. There we go. Trying to cross over, that matatu was like, nope. Toka njiani, toka. There you go. Why? I want to hear what the panel have to say about that story. The change that must take place is this. What you're witnessing. What was this all about? Stick around for more.
Livestock and Fisheries CAS, Lina J.B. Kilimo asked pastoralists to embrace crop farming since it will increase employment opportunities for the locals. The Hass avocado variety.
Those avocado haters. Look at how avocado is bringing peace in the region. Avocado all day, every day, if you know what I mean. All right, let's get to meet our panelists tonight. We've got Quach, we've got Cindy. Hey, everybody, how you doing?
What up?
How was your week?
How are you not introducing us like on the red corner? Weighing 96 pounds.
First of all, Quach, more like 190. I'm kidding. But welcome to the studio. Good to see you guys. How was your week, Cindy?
It was good. It was
Wonderful.
Great. World Cancer Day was yesterday. You know, I'm all about cancer advocacy and all that stuff. So it was good to like talk with stakeholders and see what we can do to make the space better.
Great stuff you're doing, Cindy.
Thank you.
The only thing I wait for is you guys telling us an alternative way of testing for prostate cancer. That is one thing we are waiting for as men.
Wait, so that's why you've never gone for a checkup?
That's why I go
well, he's also
not
young.
regularly.
It's for guys 40 and
not
above. So.
What do you mean not regularly? Quach was like, I don't want to say I've never been. I want to look like
I want to be on the safe side. I don't want my relatives thinking I'm living a reckless life.
Is it true that COVID now we're going to be tested digitally?
Saw that.
They said that?
Yeah, it's going to be a rectal exam.
I saw that.
Yeah. So. This
Let me tell
vaccine
you.
seems elusive. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't know about that kind of testing.
That's just too much love for me, you know.
I think they are finally testing our faith, testing our emotions.
Our faith.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be okay with that. Let me
Our
just
fluidity.
I just be like, let me wait until it gets very serious,
Mm.
and then maybe now let's test, because it's so invasive. Can you imagine even just the nose alone was a lot? So
You know. Now we took
Ah,
up your
other-
rectum.
So let's talk about. So are you guys obsessed with avocado like I am?
Yes,
I
avocado
really
is
can
big.
eat it with pretty much any and everything.
Mhm.
All right. So now CS for Agriculture and Livestock, Lina Jebi Kilimo, has urged pastoralists to grow avocados in order to curb the castle rustling menace. Now, avocado haters, I hope you're seeing just how this fruit is about bringing peace. Yani kushinda tu UN. Avocado. Quite, I don't know why you're looking at me like that.
First of all, I don't know what the fuss about avocado is. I've never.
What are you talking about?
I have
really
never
love it.
understood what the fuss about avocado is.
Love. Like
Do
it's
you
a
know?
relationship.
Sometimes I can't even smell the smell of avocado. I
You
can't
can't
take
stand
it.
the smell of
I can't
avocado.
stand the smell of avocado.
So what do you eat nyoyo with? Water.
I'd rather have it with some margarine, some butter.
Nyoyo
just
with
put-
margarine?
Yes.
What
Mama
nonsense
ni
is that?
juko
I
too
put
like that.
margarine.
Are you
What do you
10?
mean? Yes.
I put margarine too. Even, yeah.
But
Wait,
avocado.
Amina, you put margarine in your
Yeah.
dividend.
Yes. It's
Why?
so nice.
You guys
And the
realize
avocado.
margarine is for children.
But
No. But I'm the child of my mother, so forever and ever I'll have my margarine in my avocado, my githeri.
What about you, Cindy?
I love avocado. I have avocado in everything. I have avocado with crisp. It's so nice.
It's
It
so
makes
nice.
such a perfect dip. So I think this is the way to go. The thing is, I don't know if you guys realize, there was a thing done back in the day. So they were like, oh, this pastoralist community, you know, because they're always in arid areas, let's teach them how to fish. This was in Turkana. What they did not realize is culturally, if you fish in Turkana region, you're considered as poor.
Oh.
Richness is cattle. That is why there's a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
So I wonder how they're going to mitigate the cultural element where we're now telling people, no, don't wrestle.
Yes.
Your wealth is not in cows, it's in avocados.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be very
That
interesting to see.
it's finally a great thing that avocado is solving bringing another solution to our long-lasting problems. We just hope.
But avocado brings solutions to everything.
It does?
helps.
Yeah,
It does.
it's
Even your
creamy,
relationship,
it's
quite.
smooth.
Just try some avocado.
Hey, when
It's a
she's like,
trick.
by the way, you have disrespected me, Nina
like,
Kuacha.
"Ooh,
This is the
let's bring it."
55th text I'm finding in your phone.
Trust
but then
me.
Niko na avocado.
Yeah, and then you call me like, Amina, it actually worked. Now, is this a case of road race or road rage? Kenyans were confused after this dashcam video of a matatu side bumping a motorbike surfaced online. First, it seems as though the matatu driver wanted to overtake the white car that was seen in the video, but then also raises the question of overtaking from the blind side. Now, how many more people are going to be put in danger by reckless driving? If you did not watch the video, here it is. Let me tell you, you really, it's safer for you to have that dash cam. Because there's some things that happen on the roads where it has to have been captured on video for people to believe it. But then this isn't the first time that I've seen cars bullying motorcyclists off the road. This happens a lot, especially when it comes to matatus. Let me start with you, Cindy.
Yes. My immediate reaction to that video was my personal experience with Ndudi guys. So you know when you drive as Kenyans, our traffic tends to come from the right. So that means that when you're seeing oncoming traffic, you're on the right and you're able to, you know, alter it. But a lot of border guys come from the left, which is a bit of a blind spot. So you could argue that the matatu maybe probably did not see, you know, the guy coming. On the other side, you know, sometimes Ndudi guys, when they come close, they bang the car. I don't know if that has ever happened to you, Amina and Patch.
Yeah.
They bang the car, they kick it. So I'm thinking maybe that could also be because you see the way the matatu swerved was almost like a kwenda huko. You know, it was very intentional, like to kick him off the road. So I do agree it's a bit of a double whammy. You can't really tell what's happening.
That's true. They really do like coming from that side.
They like coming from the left, and it's a blind spot.
You just see, it's almost like, you're just like, where did that guy come from? Because you just looked, you know, you were looking at your side mirror, there was nothing, there was no one, and then you proceed driving. All of a sudden, you just see, you know, this guy on a motorcycle. Quite, it happened to you?
All of a sudden, amepita tu na your side mirror and ameenda na ameenda. You know, this is a case of two bullies going at each other.
Right.
It happens all the time. When, first of all, the first thing I noticed when I was watching this video is, as the matatu was trying to speed, the Ndudhi was also trying to speed with him. Like, what is this that is going on? Like, they were trying to, you know, tuonyeshane ni nani. And you know, there's something I always say. Kama unatembea na mtu ako na baiskeli, even if you're on the right, akikugonga utaumia. If you have a bike and someone is in a car, hata kama you are on the right, akikugonga utaumia. You, in this circumstance, you being on the right comes second to you being safe.
That's right. And I think
use
most
your
of
head,
the time,
use your brain, be on the safe side. Akisha kugonga uanguke chini, even if there's video evidence, we might not be able to replace parts you've lost.
That's very true. And I think someone once said, you know, just assume that everyone on the road is crazy and you're the only sane driver, because there's so many things. Even, and tunanganganyanga by there, because you're on the right, but you can see it's going to be an accident. Sometimes when people are overtaking and you're the one at the front, and you can see he's not going to make it unless you slow down. But you want to teach him a lesson, don't you? So you want to continue speeding. The accident might be a pile-up. So many people might lose their lives. You be the bigger person, and then you slow down and let them overtake and just say, Sasa ona you.
And I'm sure either both of you guys at one point have had stories of experienced it where someone was saying that haki si kuwa akili yangu sijui ilikuwa wapi. Akili yangu, and they were on the road, so you were there thinking they are doing it to you intentionally. Kumbe akili yao iko kwa barabara. Exactly. So take care of yourself.
People are very stressed thinking about a lot of things. We have to take a break, Cindy, real quick. When we get back though, so just stick a pin in that one. When we get back, we start off with you. The hashtag is TTTT. What are your thoughts about those stories? We get back and we talk about change. Na Mama 3. All that coming up right here on TTTT. Don't go anywhere.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Breaking news from Molfix. Let's see what they're developing right now.
Invention from Molfix just for your baby. Molfix pants with anatomic fit technology. New Molfix pants, an invention from babies for babies.
You should also try Molfix.
From your first day at school to you captaining your soccer team, no matter how old you are, you'll always be my baby. That's why I trust Dettol to clean, protect, and keep you refreshed every day. I still can't believe how quickly you've grown. Dettol, tested effective against COVID-19.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa. Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi! Guy! What the?
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Like every mom, you want the best for your child.
Happy birthday.
You feed her mind and nurture her body. And you understand there are times you have to let her pick herself up when she falls. You make sure she knows the joy of sharing happy moments with family. And when everything comes together, you above all others will share the taste of success with her. Blue Band tastes like mama's love.
I wish I could have soft and glowing skin.
New Geisha Black Soap. With activated charcoal to give you soft and glowing skin. New Geisha Black Soap and New Geisha Moringa.
Breaking news from Molfix. Let's see what they're developing right now.
Molfix pants with anatomic fit technology. New Molfix pants, an invention from babies for babies.
You should also try Molfix.
Try Panadol Advance for relief from headaches, body aches, and fever. With Panadol's Optizorb formula, the tablet gently breaks down in the stomach, quickly absorbs, and starts providing pain relief in 15 minutes. For fast and effective pain relief that you can trust, try Panadol Advance.
And welcome back to TTTT. Cindy says that I look like one of those people who, when someone says I love you, I say strong.
Yeah, like Valentine's is next week. Are you a Valentine's kind of girl?
I am an everything romantic love kind of girl. I love love. Honestly, it's very
kisses and hugs and
like
all that stuff.
No, hey, guys.
I'm
somewhere in between here and I'm asking, what's Valentine?
What are you talking about?
What's that?
Quite, you're not a love kind of person.
I don't see the big fuss about Valentine's Day specifically, but
Yeah.
am I a hopeless romantic? I
Yeah.
am. Like the one who'd go like full on 1,000% to surprise someone and just like make them happy and have like fireworks at your birthday type of thing. Like I would go.
Let me tell you, I'm those guys, you surprise me and then I don't know how to react. You tell me I love you and I'm like, nani anakunyonga?
Why? You feel shame on you.
Anyway, let's read some of the tweets that we're getting. What are people saying?
Yeah, so at master_nor is saying, kindly inform Quach there is another way of testing prostate cancer that it's non-invasive, safe and accurate. It's called liquid biopsy and it's available here in Kenya. Cindy,
yes.
How come you didn't tell me about this?
You know, there are very many different ways of testing. There's even a blood test called PSA. It's not conclusive. Liquid biopsy comes after they have stuck a finger up your rectum and felt that your prostate is enlarged. And then after that, they do it. You can't just go and say, oh, you know, I have this issue, and then the doctor tells you do a liquid biopsy. That comes much later on. So I'm sorry, Quach, you can't run away from...
Scientists,
so
guys, this is our biggest
anyway?
fear as men. Just anything at all, going back there.
Why?
All right, so Cindy, real quick.
Quach, do you have another one? Because my phone has just hung.
No problem. Let's
Shameless.
just go to the next story real quick. Now, considering that we are barely out of January, Kenyans online were very surprised. They were gobsmacked and they were shocked when they heard that Tanzanian gospel star Rose Muhando this week shared a poster saying that it's going to cost 50,000 bob for you to attend her album launch. So there it is. That's the price. You heard that right? 50K for an ordinary ticket to the event. It's happening at Kempinski. It's a good time to remind you that Chris Brown charged 25K.
Yes.
Wakenya wakalia.
Yes.
Would you pay this much for your blessings? Because imagine this is a concert. You know, it's a spiritual event, right?
Yeah.
If I can put it that way.
First of all, I would want to inform you guys that this event is happening around Valentine's, and ordinarily roses are expensive around this time.
I like it.
But 50K You know, kwanza people were confused. Guys were thinking this is in Tanzanian shillings because then it would mean way less if you brought it to Kenyan shillings.
Right.
But then she reminded people, no, it's actually Kenyan shillings.
Yes.
And she would take her time to, I don't know, through her admin or herself, to be reminding everyone on social media that it is Kenyan shillings.
Yes.
So when Tanzanian asked, Mom, why are you charging this much? And she was like, Kenyans have money.
Yes.
Me, I was like, huh?
Oh, yes.
You're like, am I Kenyan?
What is this thing?
I am broke. Don't say Kenyans are broke.
What?
Say, I am broke. Right now, how many cars are on the road? How many bars are full?
Cindy.
How many people have taken up Valentine
For
packages?
a ticket, which day is this? That's not a business event or one of those.
You know, another thing about Kenyans we forget, we are notoriously religious. We are the kind of country where we will give our entire salary to a human being, a pastor, because we say he's, you know, leading us to wherever he's going to lead us. We have people who give, you know, they sell their property and give it to, you know, the pastor or the leader of the church. So it is not uncommon to see people charging very exorbitant amounts, especially for the religious event. Do you remember when TDJX came, 2019? How much was a ticket?
But wasn't it?
That's sorry, about 75K.
No,
then it went
wait
to 75.
Then it came down all the way to, I don't think, 5,000.
No, Cindy, wait.
bought.
That event, wasn't it an event where there were more speakers?
Right.
And it was, I think, a 2-day or a 3-day forum.
Imagine, I mean,
and
it
it
was
was
one
more
day.
of a, okay, but I
It
think it was
was
more
one
like
day.
a networking business
Yes, it
forum.
was a
So I
networking.
think
Yes, it was.
that was very different. This is entertainment, where you're just going to go sit down, watch an artist perform, and you dance, and you go back home, which people do at so many of
Don't
these
take
events.
the spirituality away from it, Amina.
I am not, I'm saying,
Yes.
okay, that's true.
Yes.
So let me explain it this way. People will attend the event and, you know, there'll be someone on stage as, okay, I guess
People
maybe
will
I'm
pay
just the
to
one
see
who...
Rose Muhando, because even at that event, I mean, you're talking about for TD Jakes,
Yeah.
people pay that amount because it was TD Jakes.
Yep.
He's a brand in himself.
Yep.
There are people who will pay that same amount because it's Rose Muhando. So for her to
Well,
do
good
that
for
50K,
her.
it's an
Wow.
informed decision.
Also-
and trust me,
She just
there
didn't
are
land on that
corporates
number.
who will not support, and I'm looking at you corporates in the camera, you will not support anything health, you will not support anything children, but you will give Rose Muhando $1 million, 5 million, 3 million shillings for her album launch. There are corporates who are lined up because the leader of that company is a Rose Muhando fan.
But
And
also,
that's
let me,
just how it is.
let me tell you guys how this industry also sometimes works being an artist. I've had artists who are charging prices they knew no one would pay.
Yeah.
But since they want a conversation around this event, sometimes people even put up these prices for an event that is non-existent.
What do you mean?
Yes, someone would put up a poster and say, I'm having an event at the Norfolk Hotel and I'm going to charge 1 million for entry. And they know there's no such event that is going to happen. They just want to keep their bars up.
Yes.
And also, some people would put such amounts because the place where they're hosting the event has told them, we want this event to just be in-house.
Yes.
We want it to be for our residents here. We don't want watu wa Kayole wakuje event. We don't want watu wa Githurai wakuje event. So they're just mentioning a figure, 50,000, just out there to keep you away from...
There will be people who will pay 50 G's because we are broke, not Kenyans. There are people who, by the way, they don't even know when their salary has checked into their account. There are people who money is I mean, this 2 billion being eaten every day is being eaten by who?
You know, I saw the other day that the biggest CEO in Kenya is paid 35 million per month in Kenya. And I was like,
yes.
Every other 30 days, you get 35 million.
Now imagine if he's a Rose Muhando fan.
First of all, let's move. You know, when you say that that's the salary, a lot of them have businesses.
Yes.
A lot of them still have, you know, they do tenders and, you know, so it's still, by the time that, ni kama zile za footballers, but you know, because they're paid per week.
Yeah.
So by the time if Monday, ujamaliza last week.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, wow. I mean, if people are going to pay that amount and attend that event, well done and congratulations to Rose Muhando, because that is not what musicians make out here. That is not the kind of life that they live.
Nitaenda nisimame hapo nje. Anyone who comes out and having paid, adopt me, please.
Hire me as your MC. I will learn Kiswahili for you.
And I don't know if you guys saw that story last week of there's a statistics that came out that Kenya is one of the countries that it is hardest to practice Christianity.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, they said
that
this is where Christians suffer. One of the countries, it is hardest to practice Christianity. I don't know what entailed this. It was very interesting. Yep.
What? Oh, okay. I did not know that. Did you know that? Please tell us at the Trend Live. That hashtag is TTTT. Plus, when we come back, has your work ever crossed the border? I'm at where you work. What hawakujui by the office. This week, Matwana Culture's Brian became the second Wanyama to cross the border through talent after Cardi B retweeted photos of his artwork talking about how it's so boring in the US and it's so cool to have, you know, buses that look like this. And I didn't even know, you know, we take it for granted growing up. You think it's something that happens everywhere and you find people from other countries telling you, this is so cool, this is so dope. Find out what the panel has to say about that. Shout out. We talk about changes. Mama 3, all that coming up right after this break.
Today tastes like a new tradition, like an old favorite. Tastes like all hands on deck and all eyes on the prize. Today tastes like a piece of the action, and it never tasted this good.
From your first day at school to you captaining your soccer team, no matter how old you are, you'll always be my baby. That's why I trust Dettol to clean, protect, and keep you refreshed every day. I still can't believe how quickly you've grown. Dettol, tested effective against COVID-19.
Lovers are booking their tables at GMC Place Kitengela. Yes, it's Valentine's, and as is custom, love is blossoming at the heart of GMC. Make that proposal, rekindle your romance, or treat your special someone. Let GMC Place Kitengela be your choice to bloom in love. With a few slots available, call us today on 0701 560 560.
In Kenya, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. Brushing with Pepsodent removes bacteria and repairs tiny holes before they become cavities. Because every smile matters.
Do you think this is it, girls? No! Let them know! Let them know irritation! Let them know! Let them know irritation! We need a revolution! For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
How powerful is the healing power of Vaseline? We applied Vaseline jelly to one leaf, the other we left alone. After just a few days, the difference is visible. Nothing locks in moisture better to keep skin restored. That's the healing power of Vaseline.
I have to admit, I didn't like Sukuma Wiki when I was growing up, but now I've created a way to make Sukuma Wiki tastier and meatier. I simply add 2 Royco beef cubes and the end result is a rich, meaty flavor. And today, I have brought along my harshest food critics for a taste test. My kids.
More, please!
Royco beef cubes. Add 2 small cubes for a big, meaty taste.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
This is NTV.
Tonight, he was knocked to death by a VIP vehicle. The man who was living with disability has been laid to rest, but many hearts were anything but at rest.
Tuache madharau, tuache madharau, tuache madharau. Kama ni mtu mkubwa angekuwa amekanyangwa, leo hii dunia mzima ingekuwa inaongea.
The grieving family's hopes for justice and closure risk getting knocked off in politicization. Plus, the political heat is taking no break. DP Ruto is still marked as a cause of the president's woes.
Wakati wa Ruto akiwa huko alikuwa na kitambi. Alikuwa ananyanyaswa na huyo jamaa mpaka Uhuru alikuwa na kota ya ajabu.
Anasema ati baada ya handshake ndio hawezi kufanya kazi. Lakini from 2013 2017 angekuwa mzalisha kazi milioni 5. Hiyo milioni 5 milioni.
The DP insists the victory is with the people.
Wengine wanatuletea mambo ya matusi na hasira na kiburi. Sisi hatuna haja na hasira na matusi na kiburi.
Also tonight, Seth Panyako, he is a nas. His peers say what is coming from his mouth stinks and breaches ethics code.
It's not right to discuss details of someone's health status, as this is outside our oath of service.
This man is an idiot. Now tutaona kama engineers ndio watamtake care.
The nurses' strike debate is degenerating into a toxic political discourse.
You are a persona non grata. Naitwanga granda ama grata? Grata. Non grata in the union.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
I compromise it all. Either my skin is sensitive or my back's against the wall.
You can have it all. What? Always brings it all.
Okay.
Get it all with new Always 2-in-1. Feather-like softness overall, even on the wings, girl. And rapid dry channels.
Let me see, make a move, be it all, do it all, have it all.
Always 2-in-1 feathery soft.
Breaking news from Molfix. Let's see what they're developing right now.
Invention from Molfix just for your baby. Molfix pants with anatomic fit technology. New Molfix pants, an invention from babies for babies.
You should also try Molfix.
Today tastes like a new tradition, like an old favorite. Tastes like all hands on deck and all eyes on the prize. Today tastes like a piece of the action. And it never tasted this good.
Oh, yani aje, mino jonte fresh. Jumi transform go dinare za mtush. Zenye ziuka mna hii harufu ya bail into the freshest igi kosi yote. Siri ni hii real mpya ya pink. So clean, so fresh. Ma customer unaisana na story. Ninatumia aerial touch of downy mpya tu.
When they flip and roll and start to crawl away, tape diapers can be hard to put on. Then it's time for all-round fit Pampers pants. Easy to pull on even when they're moving around for a great fit and up to 12 hours of dryness. And easy to remove. Just tear the sides, lift away, roll up the pants, and you're all done.
A 2-piece pack now available at only 50 bob.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Try Panadol Advance for relief from headaches, body aches, and fever. With Panadol's Optizorb formula, the tablet gently breaks down in the stomach, quickly absorbs, and starts providing pain relief in 15 minutes. For fast and effective pain relief that you can trust, try Panadol Advance.
And welcome back. I understand, according to Cindy, that if they can afford that 50K, they are not Rose Muhando fans?
Yes, Citizen Run says the people who have that kind of money are not Rose Muhando fans. So they're wondering who is going to pay that.
All right.
Rose Muhando fans don't have 50K. Where?
Oh my God.
You'll be very surprised.
All right. One about, was it about diss tracks or what is it that people
Oh
are
yeah,
saying?
at Aleki, he's saying Rose Muhando goes ahead and does diss records to Satan.
Wow.
Addressed Shetani directly. Show me another artist that goes hard on the devil as her.
Oh God. All right, so now has your work, like I asked you before we went on the break, ever crossed the border? So now in case you didn't see it, there was a tweet this week. Cardi B was retweeting Matwana Culture. Brayo from Matwana Culture became the second Wanyama to cross the border. This is the tweet that she had shared, just talking about how colorful the Matatu culture is here in the 254, saying that that's something that should be adopted in the US. This is something that they should definitely try out and do for their buses. Quite real quick.
I think it's a good thing that we are crossing borders. This culture, by the way, we never recognize that this is one of the things that we are known for out there.
Right.
Besides athletics, besides KOT, tuko na Matwana culture. It's a good thing. Congratulations, Brian.
Man, congratulations.
Tukizidi.
Moha Graphics and everyone else who sort of like made the culture a thing.
And to imagine there was a time they wanted to scrap it out. They wanted to say,
They
oh, this thing inaleta urui kwa the Matatu culture.
Why are we always policing the youth? Let the youth be. Mara, Suji, what. It's really annoying. What I love is that we're finally on, like Kwach has said, we can market Kenya with other things. I don't know if you guys have ever gone to Magical Kenya website. It's about Maasais and indigenous people and Suji picking fleas from our skins, whatever the case may be. Can we now finally market the Matatu culture and make it a big thing?
And if you look at it carefully, undio wanyama tena wametuweka kwa map.
Quite. Na si wale wanyama tunakwanga tumezoea.
This is the big five.
Okay, now, has this ever happened to you? I feel like there's a fear that cripples you when you go to a drive and you have a G, because you're not sure if he's going to pretend that he doesn't remember you giving him that G. When you give him the G, you're like, boss, niangalie, ni mimi, nimekupea. You know, you won't even take a selfie, like, remember I gave you this G. Now, it looks like Kenyans are finally tired of waiting for change. This week, a bus conductor faced the wrath of angry passengers in a Nairobi Matatu following a dispute over monies he allegedly owed them. How far are you willing to fight for that change? I've stayed in the Matatu for like maybe an extra 30 minutes, just me, the driver, and the kange, to wait for my change. I don't know what you guys have ever done. Cindy, have you ever?
Oh my God. And then always when you give a G of 500, you're apprehensive, you don't enjoy the ride, you're sweating, you're following that makanga's every move. It's really annoying. I have been a victim. My 1,000 shillings has gone. Here, alidondoka kwa stage, he disappeared. All of a sudden, the driver doesn't know where he is. We are at a very difficult stage. You guys, a G can make, especially if you come from where I come from, a G to town, your change is 900 bob. That's a lot of money to let go of somebody who's busy playing, giving you the go around.
You never, ever, ever forget that day. You remember it. It's a tale you tell. Forever.
You know, maybe there's a day when I left mine in the car, nikagundua, I think 6 hours later, I went back to the stage. Something kept still telling me that naeza mpata. For some reason, I kept hoping. For some reason, I kept hoping. Ako tu mahali. And then, you know, with this sako thing where matatu zinafanana, you can't even know, aukuangalia the registration of the car.
You didn't really cram his face.
Yeah. You can drop a G at a bar. But uache makanga, you will remember.
Forever.
Me from 2012 till today, nakumbuka thawa yangu.
Actually, I'm going to 2010.
Actually, someone on Twitter was saying how they left 170 bob on a South B mat.
No, but Cindy is right. You get so restless, especially if they keep getting out of the drive to go to the change. You just keep following him with your eyes. You're like, bro, the traffic, we're now moving. You have to come back with my money.
But I wish we would be that apprehensive with our politicians. Like when they're running away with the change we want.
With the 2
we
billion, you mean?
Yeah, with the 2 billion.
It's money we can't even comprehend. Let's not
lie.
That is why as Kenyans, when you're told 2 billion is lost, we don't care because we don't comprehend 2 billion.
And you know, Cindy, every day I think Kenyans don't know how much 2 billion is.
They don't.
Like
it's a lot of money.
A million.
It's a big deal.
And you know, someone used seconds to compare it. If you at 1 million seconds is I think 11 days.
Yes.
But 1 billion seconds is 37 years. You guys.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money
if
you compare it to scale.
Njugush has done. I'm so sorry I'm rushing you because we're out of time, but there's a video Njugush has done. You have to go check it out. It was just so funny. And it was just too many facts being dropped. Right. You know, if it was very satirical. So it's this comedian, it's this politician talking to, you know, a Mwananchi, but being very honest. Yeah. You know, about things. So please do check it out.
I think
now, in the latest episode of What's Happening with Our Children, a man who accidentally walked in on his high school son, reportedly engaging in sexual acts with a lady this week, paid with his life, thanks to a brawl that manifested thereafter. Police have since arrested the Form 4 student who stands accused of killing his father with a machete. Now, is it time to talk about our approach to parenting? And also, I don't know what's happening, but then how we were raised, I don't know if I have any friends, or at the time that I was growing up, who would talk back to their folks, let alone be violent, let alone get to the point that now we hear so many cases of, you know, death involving students, whether it's a teacher or a parent. Kwach?
I think we have to strike the balance between respect and fear. Sometimes if your kids cannot respect you, make them fear you. Make them think that akikushika utamuua. I think, Cindy, the more I see these cases and I see, of course, I've been one of those who do not propose the thing about corporal punishment, beating your kids.
You don't believe in spare the rod to spoil child. You'll never spank your children.
I don't. I've never. My kid is now 7 years old.
Then that is the reason why you have kids who are kwa kijana tunasema kubeto. You know, chopping their parents up.
Father's arms. But also, I think what Amina was saying, how come that kids have grown to this level where they think they can stand up to their parents?
Because they were not beaten. Oh my
It's not about beating, Cindy.
They were not disciplined when they were children. They believe that they can get away with everything.
I think, Cindy,
they were talked to a buju buju. They were called Baba Boy until they were 16.
A direct correlation between disciplining your child by beating them and them behaving.
I think disciplining. Beating is one of them, but I don't think it is limited to beating. We grew up with kids who are beaten to death, but even by that, they still didn't change.
They did not beat. They did not hack their parents, though.
They didn't. Yes, I agree, but they still did other things that just was as
they
bad.
drank, they smoked.
So what I'm saying, Cindy, is there are others who are beaten, and out of the beating, they still grew up and thought their parents were bullying them, their parents were doing those things, harassing them, and they grew up to be rebellious and things like that. I think as you are punishing your kid, let them know. Don't forget that it is a tricky balance. You have to let them know that you're punishing them and not torturing them.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true.
Yes.
I'm sure we're all fans of Flaco on Instagram, an amazing content creator.
Exactly.
You see Mama Otis?
Yes, Otis.
If Mama Otis.
Yes.
If everyone was like Mama Otis, let me tell you, we'd have less cases. Because we grew up in a generation where our parents would lay down the rule. They would lay down the law. And we had very limited cases of kids who are truant. And now we have a huge amount of kids who are raised by absentee fathers, absentee mothers. Yeah. Then you come later on and you demand stuff from your kids. Of course, they'll give that look of, who the hell are you?
Also, I wanted to pick your brains on one small thing I saw online this week, that this showcasing this thing on TV could be a reason why it is being propelled.
What do you mean showcasing? Like now that we're talking about it?
Yep.
So
come on,
no. And this really stemmed from the thing about schools are being banned and things like that, so that when they see it being that Kawangware boys wamechoma, Nini boys wamechoma, mbona sisi tusichome?
Apana, awareness is important. We need to talk about it so we can shed a light and let guys know that this is what is happening and it is wrong. Being quiet does not mean that, you know, we are now on the right side. When you speak up against evil, and that is now when you're able to denounce it and make it lose its power.
What we're doing, I think, that would be sweeping things under the rug.
Exactly.
Just pretending that it's, you know, we're just with our heads in the sand, we don't know, nothing is happening. We can't pretend to be that oblivious. And I think that parents need to know that there's another part of the country where kids are doing this and your child is not exempted from that. You don't know what content they're consuming and the kind of friends that they're having around, they're hanging around. And Cindy is right, if you're absent, then you don't get to really know. And then one day, all of a sudden, you wonder, what kind of temper does my son or my daughter have? I saw a story this week about the student who injured 3 of his teachers. He had tied that thing on his arm. We keep hearing so many more, and how many go unreported? How many of them do not actually make it to mainstream TV? So for the folks, be prepared. Even for the teachers, now they can, you know, maybe it's a way for them to also negotiate better contracts where they say, listen, hardship allowance zamani ilikuwa kama unaenda kwa Northeastern. Now generally just being a teacher is an
Northeastern has come to us.
It is no, it is too much. Anyway, but thank you guys so much for coming through. Cindy, thank you so much, Kwaj.
Thank you.
We didn't have much time today, but thank you so much for coming through and sharing your 2 cents. I don't know what things those are.
It's always a vibe.
I don't know what dance that
Next week is Valentine's. Can we all wear red? Let's
no,
just come on, it's 2021.
No.
2020 kicked our butt. Let's be cliche.
It's a good thing you said it here and we are saying it here. No.
It can't happen. But thank you so much for watching. Catch you at 10 p.m. My name is Amina Abdurrabbat. Time now for the news on NTV. Adios.
Vile Mike ni fan wa movie na futa, alibambika yake yote kupata discount ya GoTV Max. Akaget maximum entertainment for less. Kuna kuhata action tena. Upgrade to GoTV Max for just 890 shillings leo. GoTV, love it.
A lot of people who sell land do not actually own the land that they are selling. And when you talk to a lot of people in diaspora, they will tell you, even their own relatives have conned them.
Andrew Muthe is a daring returnee after working in the US and South Africa in the corporate world. He ventured into land selling partly because of his personal experience. He was conned in a fake land deal.
We have never seen the title for that plot.
He is the CEO of AMG Realtors.
Diaspora is 80% of our sales today. I started selling cars, which I failed miserably.
This Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on NTV.
Our guest, Esther Ngugi, is a young lady driven by sheer passion in running a confectionery business.
So my mom quit her teaching job. I also quit my teaching job. Then we decided to go fully fledged into a bakery. So we turned my mom's small kitchen into a manufacturing bakery.
Yeah.
We'd take products to a shopkeeper. One of them tasted, he looked at us and said, "What are these you're selling?" Product ingredients started becoming expensive. For example, flour and sugar. So we closed down the business.
Wow.
Yes. That's 2014.
Wow.
I decided to fully go back to my calling. So just press, don't be afraid. And then use the tip parts.
Oh man.
If you're buying because of a deco,
yangu client angesema, hey!
Tuzidi na Hustle in association with Safaricom.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Welcome to Good Life, where we are all about you.
And when we say you, we mean all of you, including the little ones. We're all about ensuring you feel better and healthier, so you enjoy every moment with the ones closest to you. A smile on your face is what we're about. That's why you'll always be welcome back to Good Life pharmacies across Kenya with the same smile on every visit. Good Life. We're all about you.
Hello.
Babe, I'm lost.
What?
I can just see beautiful trees, beautiful gate, solar street lights, and a water tower. Please come get me.
I'm on my way. Babe, what's happening?
I was just teasing. I needed a plot this Valentine's here. Book one for me.
Gift your loved one a plot of value-added land at the Garden of Joy and get an instant 14K cash voucher for a 500K plus deposit. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
Welcome to Insignia Service Center, a state-of-the-art service center that offers diagnostics, repairs, wheel balancing and alignment, and a fully fledged high-quality paint booth. Specializing in 7 brands, we are a 360-degree customer value chain that promises quality service, competent personnel, pricing transparency, and best price guarantee. Bring your car over today for a free courtesy check. We are located at Karen Road, Kabwagi area. Insignia Group, consistent excellence.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
This is NTV.
It's about 2 minutes to the top of the hour, but it's just the perfect time for the top bulletin in town. This is how the news has shaped up today. Tonight, he was knocked to death by a VIP vehicle. The man who was living with disability has been laid to rest, but many hearts were anything but at rest.
Tuache madharau, tuache madharau, tuache madharau. Kama ni mtu mkubwa angekuwa amekanyangwa. Leo hii dunia mzima ingekuwa inaongea.
The grieving family's hopes for justice and closure risk getting knocked off in politicization. Plus, the political heat is taking no break. DP Ruto is still marked as a cause of the president's woes.
Wakati wa Ruto akiwa huko alikuwa na kitambi. Alikuwa ananyanyaswa na huyo jamaa mpaka Uhuru alikuwa na kota ya ajabu.
Hata kama nasema ati baada ya handshake ndio hawezi kufanya kazi. Lakini from 2013 2017 angekuwa amezalisha kazi milioni 5. Hiyo milioni 5 miliona.
The DP insists the victory is with the people.
Wengine wanatuletea mambo ya matusi na hasira na kiburi. Sisi hatuna haja na hasira na matusi na kiburi.
Also tonight, Seth Panyako, he is a nas. His peers say what is coming from his mouth stinks and breaches ethics code.
This man is an idiot. Now tutaona kama engineers ndio watamtake care.
It's not right to discuss details of someone's health status as this is outside our oath of service.
The nurses' strike debate is degenerating into a toxic political discourse.
You are a persona non grata. Naitwanga granda ama grata? Non grata in the union.
And this cow is not in the bushes for a bathroom break. It apparently relieves itself in a different place.
Sijai ng'ona ng'ombe ambaye inaendanga ndani ya choo. Alafu inaenda na nyuma, alafu inakaa ndani ya choo inajisaidia hapo.
Wow, you wonder how? There is more on the Wonder Cow in Busia.
This is Weekend Edition with Mark Masai.
Weekend Edition tag team of David Agondoa and myself are glad that you have tuned in. And we start on a very sad note. President Uhuru Kenyatta's stay at Sagana State Lodge last Saturday may have gained him a huge endorsement by Central Kenya MCAs who pledged to support the BBI bill in county assemblies. But it was a big loss for one family whose member, Christopher Derito, was killed in a terrible accident. He was run over by 3 vehicles headed to Sagana State Lodge. Derito was laid to rest today as his family and politicians called for justice amidst a tug of war over who was responsible for the death.
Christopher Derito was out and about on his wheelchair on Saturday when he was run over by 3 vehicles in a convoy headed to the Sagana State Lodge for a BBI meeting. But even as his body was buried today, efforts are continuing to unearth who was responsible for his death. The search for answers has turned into a blame game between the police and eyewitnesses. Pictured at the scene of the accident was this vehicle bearing a Government of Kenya number plate, but the local administration says the vehicles belonged to the Embu County government, an allegation the county speaker Josiah Thiriku has now denied in a statement released to the media, which reads, "On behalf of the Embu County Assembly, I wish to categorically state that no vehicle belonging to either a ward representative, board member or staffer of the devolved legislature was involved in an accident in Nyeri."
Sisi tuko na uchungu sana kusikia magari matatu ya wakubwa wa nchi wenye mapesa wamekuja wameua mlemavu. Wanaleta pesa hapa usiku wasionekane ili haki ya mlemavu isipatikane.
There was a standoff between the clergy and politicians who had been denied a chance to speak at the funeral. But moments later, they took to the floor, threatening a protest if Nderito's family does not get justice.
Na mtu hawezi kufa tu namna hiyo na kusemekana hiyo maneno imefanya nini? Imeisha. Hata wale walikuja hapa nasema kimbiza mazishi haraka haraka, ndio hii maneno ya huyu kijana wetu isaulike. Tuache madharau, tuache madharau. Tuache madharau. Kama ni mtu mkubwa angekuwa amekanyangwa, leo hii dunia mzima ingekuwa inaongea.
There's talk of a possible cover-up by top politicians in government and close allies of President Uhuru Kenyatta, who are keen to protect their political image. The late Nderito is survived by his wife Fortune Nderito and son. Melita Oletenges, NTV.
And though it won't bring Derito back, we do say pole to his family. And the politics goes on. Turkana County is the latest setting for the war of words between Deputy President William Ruto and ODM leader Raila Odinga. A section of leaders supporting the Building Bridges initiative led by ODM leader Raila Odinga accused DP Ruto of destroying the Jubilee administration before it was suddenly saved by the historic handshake between Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta. This follows recent claims by Ruto that Odinga has hijacked the Jubilee administration.
The Building Bridges initiative bandwagon entered Turkana led by ODM leader Raila Odinga. It is here that Odinga accused Deputy President William Ruto of promising Kenyans things he has been unable to fulfill as the second in command in the Jubilee administration.
Wengine badala ya kupatia vijana access to capital, anaambia vijana ati wilbaro. Anasahau ya kwamba mwaka 2013 tulikuwa nafanya kampeni, walisema tunataka kujenga high-tech uchumi. Sasa hata kila mtoto anakuwa na laptop katika shule. Sasa hawa watoto ambao ni laptop wanakwenda kupanda darasa, wako katika darasa ya 8. Wanakwenda kufanya mtihani. Umeona hiyo laptop? Unaona hiyo laptop? Alisema tunajenga ati stadium, state of the art stadium ya vijana kufanya mazoezi katika kila county. Hapa Lodwar, unaona hiyo stadium? Kwa hivyo huyu ni kama Burukenge. Burukenge hana asikii, ana maji kina sikii ila kwa kiboko.
The politicians who accompanied the ODM leader dismissed claims by Ruto that it is Odinga who has destroyed the Jubilee administration through the handshake.
Watu wa Turkana siku hizi munamuona Uhuru Kenyatta, munamuonanga kwa runinga, si ametoa kitambi kidogo, ako sawa. Wakati wa Ruto akiwa huko alikuwa na kitambi, alikuwa ananyanyaswa na huyo jamaa mpaka Uhuru alikuwa na kopa. Kama sio Raila angekuja na Uhuru pamoja, hata Uhuru angekuwa ameondolewa na huyo jamaa.
Alisema handshake imeharibu serikali ya Jubilee. Handshake sasa iko na miaka miwili mitatu. Watoto wetu wa shule wanasoma chini ya miti. Kuanzia 2013 mpaka 2017 hatukuwa na handshake. Mbona hapo kujenga madarasa?
The BBI proponents are preparing to campaign across the country even as they wait to ensure that at least 24 county assemblies pass the BBI constitutional amendment bill to pave way for the referendum. Vincent Odur, NTV.
Meanwhile, at the coast, Deputy President William Ruto responded to his critics, specifically ODM leader Raila Odinga, saying that they should stop the sideshows laden with insults and demeaning statements and focus on telling Kenyans what they intend to offer. The DP's allies also threw their salvos at the former Prime Minister as well as a president in the continuing war of words that is increasingly divisive.
Wale wanaosema kwamba rais aheshimiwe wangerudi kwa drawing board wakauliza hii mvua ilianza kutupigia wapi? Mbona ilikuwa heshima ipo bila kuombwa na hivi sasa yaombwa?
Ni wakwenda kumfanyia makumbusho mzee wetu Daniel Toroitich arap Moi ambaye kabla wewe kidogo, ambaye sisi tulikuwa tunaheshimu na tunaheshimu mpaka sasa. Lakini ni aibu sana kwa sababu wale viongozi walipatana pale, badala ya kumkumbuka mzee Moi na ile kazi ambayo alitufanyia, iligeuka ikawa ni mkutano ya kumpiga naibu wa rais William Samuel Arap Ruto. Sisi tunawaambia hiyo ni aibu na ni tabia mbaya, muache.
Ndugu zetu wengine wanatuletea mambo ya matusi na hasira na kiburi. Sisi hatuna haja na hasira na matusi na kiburi. Nyinyi semeni mambo yenu kwa utaratibu, wa Kenya wanasikiza. Sisi tuseme yetu kwa utaratibu, wa Kenya wanasikiza. Waamuzi ni watu werevu, watajua hawa wa Kenya ni nani wa kweli, ni nani mtapeli.
ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi on his part has said that he is ready to battle it out with anybody in the presidential race with or without endorsements. Mudavadi suspects some leaders have been demeaning his presidential ambitions, urging the Mulembe nation to be his pillar in the journey to the House on the Hill. Zacchaeus Mosame brings us the latest in that end of politics in Mulembe nation.
Yet another burial ceremony and yet another opportunity for politicians to put aside the sensitivities of the bereaved and get down to their own agenda. Amani National Congress leader Musalia Mudavadi said that he has all what it takes to take up the leadership mantle from President Uhuru Kenyatta, saying that he's not waiting for an endorsement. He said that he is ready to marshal a nationwide campaign to consolidate his support. He increasingly appears to be a key frontrunner for the top seat in the Mulembe nation.
Tusingojee ati mtu atatupatia cheo. Tutoke. Tuchukue kura. Wale ambao hawajachukua vipande waende wachukue vipande, wafanye registration. Kwa sababu tunataka numbers. Mimi sitafuti kupewa. Ile password Atuoli alikuwa akizungumza akisema tafuta password. Ukitaka kupata kuwa rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, tafuta password. Mimi nataka niwaambie password ya kuingia kwa kiti cha urais ni kura ya mwananchi kupitia kwa debe.
Na ninataka wakina Alfred Agoi wanisaidie.
kwa kumarket Mudavadi, ili wakati mimi nimeketi kwa hiyo meza kwa ajili tutakuwa makabila wengi, nauliza hao wengine, mnasema huyu na huyu wetu ndio number 1. Mnataka kuacha huyu kwa nini?
Hutu Secretary General Francis Atwoli also called on the Council of Governors, the Ministry of Health and the medics to endeavor to end the stalemate in the health sector, which has led to the suffering of innocent and vulnerable Kenyans.
Nataka kuwasihi governors, haswa sasa Governor Wambora amechukua, he's a humble man, aketi na vyama hivi vya madaktari, vyama vya manurses, clinical officers, watengeneze way forward, a return to work formula.
Zakis Masame, NTV, Vihiga.
From the pulse of politics in the nation to the state of healthcare, or at least access to it. Imagine you have a chronic illness and already burdensome situation. Then, with the little money in your pocket, you contribute to the National Health Insurance Fund, NHIF, so as to have a buffer for your recurring treatment trips to hospital. Then, you get the bill. And when the hospital seeks to process the NHIF contribution, to your dismay, you get a no. The fund has rejected your request to pay part of your bill. Why? Well, let's hear it firsthand from a cancer survivor who spoke to Anita Nkonge, who in turn sought answers from the NHIF CEO.
Margaret Waweru has been battling cancer for over 20 years. First diagnosed with breast cancer in 1997, various treatments have helped her significantly, as well as the National Hospital Insurance Fund, the NHIF, a fund she says she's been loyal to for years.
I normally pay more than a month. Other times I pay annual, yeah, depending on how the pocket is. Like last year, I paid this year full up to 31st December 2021. But now there is this problem that occurred this week, and I'm supposed to undergo the 7th chemotherapy.
The problem Margaret is referring to is a caveat that requires chronically ill patients to pay a 2-year upfront premium payment, something that Margaret says she had no idea about until last Saturday.
The information I got which beat my heart, remember I received on a Saturday, I received a no approval. I'm telling you, it wasn't easy for me. It wasn't at all. Being a contributor, being faithful, now no. What does that mean? That nobody's concerned about your life, you go die. Then I wondered, why were we not told before? If you know in advance, you can plan yourself. But if you don't know, you just stay there expectant.
The CEO of the NHIF, Peter Kamunyo, says the caveat was created at the end of 2019 in a bid to deter default payers.
The few that get requested to pay like a 2 year in advance is, number one, they require that heavy or costly prolonged treatment. And number two, they have had a history of defaulting over a prolonged period.
Margaret's rejection, however, triggered her to reach out to her community networks that helped her get an appeal. The NHIF eventually paid 25,000 Kenyan shillings, but she's still left with a lump sum to pay. Despite that, she says not many others may be as lucky as she has been.
At times I ask myself, I have access to people like the Kenco, where I'm a member. What about that person who doesn't even know, who doesn't have the phone even to communicate? In my support group this year, we have lost 2 on the same lack of access to NHIF. So I think something has to be done. Things need to be kept in the light so that we know what do they expect us to do.
The Ministry of Health say that they have put an elaborate policy framework in place to combat the country's disease burden, including decentralized treatment services and 10 chemotherapy units currently operational across various counties. In addition to these, the NHIF say that they have eased the burden for oncology treatment. Anita Nkonge, NTV.
And this just coming a day after the World Cancer Day. was observed. Thank you for sharing that story and the plight that is sadly shared by many in this country. Now, unfortunately, more lives are being claimed by coronavirus in Kenya, and infections rising as the caseload around the world goes past 105 million and fatalities getting close to 2.3 million. Now, in Kenya, 3 more patients succumbed to COVID-19 today, raising the death toll to 1,776. Infections have also gone up by 195 to 101,534, and this is after the latest round of testing on 5,859 samples. 125 more COVID patients in Kenya have recovered, raising the total to over 84,200. There are 401 patients currently admitted in various healthcare facilities, while 1,419 are on home-based isolation and care. 27 patients are in the intensive care unit, and we wish quick recovery to all the patients at the moment. There has been a strike from the nurses. Some are still on strike in the country while others have resumed work. Well, there is a fight with the top leadership and bodies representing them. The National Nurses Association of Kenya, along with the Nursing Council of Kenya, are distancing themselves from the controversial comments made by the General Secretary for the Kenya National Union of Nurses, Seth Panyako. This recent development highlights the various rifts within the bodies representing the nurses. Anita Nkonge has that report.
While we support any right strategy to fight for our rights, as nurses, we would like to distance ourselves from any statement that negatively impinges on other people's personal health.
If you're wondering what the National Nurses Association of Kenya is disassociating itself from,
This man is an idiot.
it's this clip circulating showing the Kenya National Union of Nurses Secretary General Seth Panyako divulging confidential medical information about a senior government official. The controversial words cannot be aired due to the sensitivity.
You are a persona non grata. Naitwanga granda ama grata? Non grata.
By his very words, Panyako breached the code that the nurses he represents and other medical professionals are trained in and ought to live by. The Code of Professional Conduct and Discipline for Medical Practitioners and Dentists Board states that a doctor shall preserve absolute secrecy on all he or she knows about a patient because of the confidence entrusted in him or her.
As a profession, we hold our clients in the highest esteem as possible, and it is unethical to divulge any information that regard to the health of our clients. It's not right to discuss details of someone's health status, as this is outside our oath of service. As healthcare professionals, we must not involve ourselves in any activity that would stigmatize any ill health or any ill person.
The Nursing Council of Kenya also distanced itself from the controversial comments, further demanding that the National Union of Nurses Secretary General retract this statement and issue a public apology. Aside from breach in medical ethics, it would seem that within the nurses' factions, there are rifts, particularly when it comes to the matter of strikes.
Molenje was suspended by my office 1 hour before he purported to have called off the strike. Whether you call off the union or not, the call of the strike or not, it has no legal nexus. If I have not spoken and he has not spoken, the strike is on.
Nurses, especially under the KNUN, have been on strike for the past 2 months, asking for adequate personal protective equipment, risk allowance, amongst other terms they deem essential. However, nurses in several counties have since gone back to work after agreeing with county governments on certain terms. This shows that not all nurses in the country are reading from the same script in as far as the strike is concerned. Anita Nkonge, NTV.
My director, who is incidentally called Mark, has spoken, and he says we need to take a break. I can't defy that. Stay with me, though.
Get fresh, gotta get fresh.
Down is a boom boom pow, Downy boom boom pow. Smells by na uchafuzi na zidi na improve Downy. Protect 15 bob too?
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Hello.
Babe, I'm lost.
What?
I can just see beautiful trees, beautiful gate, solar street lights, and a water tower. Please come get me.
I'm on my way. Babe, what's happening?
I was just teasing. I needed a plot this Valentine's here. Book one for me.
Gift your loved one a plot of value-added land at the Garden of Joy and get an instant 14K cash voucher for a 500K plus deposit. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
Welcome to Technical University of Mombasa, TUM, the only university at sea level. TUM offers different programs in engineering, ICT, humanities, social sciences, applied and health sciences, and business studies. All courses range from certificate, diploma, higher diploma, bachelor's, master's to PhD level. TUM welcomes applications for the May and September intakes of all programs at main campuses and the satellite campuses in Lamu and Kwale. For more information, visit our website www.tum.ac.ke. January intake is ongoing.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Welcome to our new office. Wonderful sight. Just imagine 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where the parking is, and then the warehouse front door here, the reception here, and the fridges here. The lorry's entrance there, and their exit there. One way only. What is it?
So where is the building?
Fast, stress-free construction. Get your factory-made buildings in 10 weeks with SafeBuild. Order yours now. SafeBuild, a quality building solution from MRM.
A lot of people who sell land do not actually own the land that they are selling. And when you talk to a lot of people in diaspora, they will tell you even their own relatives have conned them.
Andrew Muthe is a daring returnee after working in the US and South Africa in the corporate world. He ventured into land selling partly because of his personal experience. He was conned in a fake land deal.
We have never seen the title for that plot.
He is the CEO of AMG Realtors.
Diaspora is 80% of our sales today. I started selling cars, which I failed miserably.
This Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on NTV.
Welcome back. On a security note now, and normalcy and calm has apparently been restored in Kapedo, according to the authorities there, weeks into a bandit pursuit and disarmament that is still underway. Even as security officials say they will remain in Tiati for the long run, some leaders from West Pokot County are calling for the resignation of Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i and Rift Valley Regional Commissioner George Natembea on claims of gross human rights violations, as Bridget Singana reports.
Nearly a month into the security operation to flush out bandits and retrieve illegal guns from the residents in Tiati constituency, Baringo County, the government now says that calm has been restored in Kapedo and the 5 schools that had been shut at the onset of the operation have reopened. However, that peace has come at a price, one that has seen residents losing their lives, according to some independent probes. A week ago, the Independent Medical Legal Unit organized an autopsy into the death of 6 people whose bodies were found in Arabal a day into the operation. According to IMLU, the 6 were tortured and executed, and now IMLU wants the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, to investigate the security officials' dealings in Kapedo, to launch an inquiry into the death of more than 60 police officers and the loss of their firearms in the area since 2014 to date, and for the National Police Service to enhance community policing in the county to enhance amicable dispute resolution. The government admits that the security operation has been a Herculean task of convincing community members to cooperate in realizing sustainable peace.
I can say for now we've condemned Kapedo. Kapedo schools are on, all of them are open and kids are in school. And now we are pursuing these bands because they have run away from the hideouts. As I said, we've destroyed all the hideouts. So the problem still goes back to the community because now they are providing them with the hiding place.
Granted, that may partly be contributing to the problem, there are some leaders who feel that the presence of troops in Kapedo is not the all-time remedy.
Lakini yale mambo ambayo yalimaliza hapa Marakwet ni kuongea. Yale maneno yalimaliza sisi na Karamoja ni kuongea. Yale maneno yalimaliza maneno yetu na Waturkana pande ya North ni kuongea. So sinataka watu wa Baringo na county na regional commissioner asikie ya kwamba sisi viongozi tumesema tuongee.
You people are very busy talking about BBI kule juu. Lakini ikifika mambo ya maisha ya Wapokot na Waturkana, you keep quiet. Na muna pretend ya kwamba network ya ndege ni mbaya hamwezi fika Kapedo.
In defense, the government maintains that the operation in Tiati is targeting bandits and not civilians, and residents should get used to seeing boots on the ground for some time.
I've always believed that the government will come in for 1 or 2 weeks, then they disappear when the officers get out and then they start doing their usual activities. This time around we are there for a long time. We want to ensure that we completely deal with this menace once and for all.
By last week, 7 people had been arrested and charged with banditry, with more than 30 firearms retrieved from the community in the operation zone. Even as the government assures the public that all is well in Kapedo, the media and humanitarian organizations remain locked out of Tiati. The Independent Medical Legal Unit now wants IPOA to also be given access into the operation zone to assess the conduct of the police officers as they continue with their activities in the ongoing security operation. Bridget Ngana, NTV, Nakuru.
Back to health concerns, and this again worth mentioning just a day after the World Cancer Day was observed. Every year, hundreds of Kenyans are misdiagnosed, leading to their medical conditions deteriorating even further. This is a story of 50-year-old Sami Munyao from Makueni County, who was diagnosed with tuberculosis, I should say misdiagnosed, yet he had skin cancer, which was later discovered at an advanced stage. Rose Wangoi shares his experience.
Sami Munyao's horrific ordeal of misdiagnosis started in 2019 while in Kisingo, Makueni County. He noticed a stubborn scab-like spot on his back, which he ignored at first, hoping it would go away, but when the wound started changing color and bleeding, he decided to see a dermatologist. The doctors first suspected he had tuberculosis and was put on drugs for 6 months.
Kwa fresh ilikuwa juu sana. Na kichwa ilikuwa inaniuma zaidi. Kwa sababu nilikuwa nachukua rezo ya mama naweka kwa maji nafunga kichwa. Nilipoenda wote nikaonekana na madaktari pale. Wao wakaniambia madaktari, "Huenda pengine niko na TB na ndio imejificha." Nikapatiwa madawa ya TB 6 months, nikaambiwa nikunywe madawa.
When the treatment did not appear to work, Munyao went for a CT scan which finally revealed that he had melanoma cancer which affects the skin.
The operation hapa chini kidogo, si huko juu vile kumepasuka. Ni kuumwa yenyewe naumwa kuna pasuka yenyewe. Hivyo chunguza Lisoli sileto nikaitwa kwa simu nikaenda mama watoto. Sasa ningeweza tembea peke yangu. Tulipoenda tukapata hiyo barua ya kwamba ni kansa.
He then sought treatment at Kenyatta National Hospital, but given the heavy medical bill incurred, he soon resorted to seeking services at a local hospital.
Kwa sababu sasa nilikuwa na ile pikipiki nilikuwa nayo, ndio ilikuwa tegemeo ya familia yangu. Pikipiki hiyo nimeiuza sababu ya ugonjwa wa kansa. Pia nimeuza sehemu moja ya shamba yangu kwa sababu ya ugonjwa wa kansa. Na ile machungu iko hata watoto sasa wanalea, hata wengine wako kwenda shule wako pale kwa shamba kwa sababu wengine wanahitaji fees.
Now the malignant melanoma, which is a very rare disease, as I can say,
Reason being, it mimics other conditions. Due to these reasons, most of the patients will find them, they are being treated for other things like people will think about the TB.
Misdiagnosis can have serious consequences on a person's health, from the example of Munyao, who ended up taking TB medication for 2 years as his skin cancer festered on. By sharing his story, Munyao hopes others would be more cautious and keen. At Makueni Referral Hospital Cancer Center, the number of cancer patients continue to rise. Currently, the facility serves 285 of them. According to Maurice Maweu, a clinical oncologist here, the cancer treatment is a heavy load to families. When a loved one gets cancer, a reality Munyao has faced. Maweu says screening for cancer is often happening too late, citing Munyao's case.
Definitive diagnostic is really hard for such conditions, and that's the reason I'm really requesting our government really to train more so oncology clinicians.
In offering some advice to others not to face the experience of Munyao, Maweu says an effective way of dealing with the disease would be to intensify cancer awareness across the country and encourage people to enroll in the National Hospital Insurance Fund for good measure. Rozongoi, NTV.
Well, let's now kind of change the mood on this bulletin. One story goes that if you come across a beautiful woman in the dead of the night at the coast, you should be very, very afraid, as you could be staring at a genie. Others would avoid at all costs crossing paths with a black cat, Satan. I wonder what your superstitions are. For the residents of Nanjeho in Busia's Matayos, a cow has struck fear in the hearts of the residents. Olive Barrows tells us how.
Ngobeno, you cow. We might literally drink from their teats, but it's usually never a good thing to be likened to the bovine. But in Matayos' Nanjeho's locale, it could almost be considered a compliment if you consider this cow.
Sijai ng'ona ng'ombe ambaye inaendanga ndani ya choo. Alafu inaenda na nyuma, alafu inakaa ndani ya choo, inajisaidia hapo.
That's right, this cow, let's call it British, has better toilet manners, if Nanjeho's residents are to be believed, than some of those walking on 2 legs. But that's not the only strange thing about this cow.
Ni kama ng'ombe nasikia hivi mkiongea inapata mambo mnaongea. Na ni kitu mnyama inakaa mbali. Sasa ni kitu haeleweki.
It's why the residents of Nanjeho stare at it in wonder, from a distance of course.
Hii ng'ombe ilirusha teki, mtu akawa almost 50 meters, ikafunja imbavu.
Huyu ng'ombe pia ameumiza jirani yangu ambaye kwa sasa baada yako kwa matibabu alimuumiza mabega.
British apparently isn't a fan of the male species, and given that they are afraid to go near it, the residents are pleading serikali tusaidie.
Sababu ni ng'ombe ambaye haishikiki na hata uwezi ukaifunga kwa kamba.
Watu wanaonelea kama inaweza kuwa kama jini ama mwenye ng'ombe mali ilitoka alifanya migisa yake isipotee, labda ilibiwa mahali.
Olive Barrows, moo.
I guess this is where they say the cow has refused. Time for business. Dan Mwangi is up next.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
When I open my eyes, I see beauty you can't believe. Oh, mama, no place I'd rather be. Kamasikenya, duniani hamna kama we, nothing better. Si unapendeza, Your sounds heal my soul, nothing better. Kenya unapendeza. Uye, ona vile wanashindwa kukata. Inanitosha, inanitosha, inanitosha Kenya. Inanitosha, inanitosha, inanitosha Kenya. Inanitosha Kenya. Inanitosha.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
We are here today to pay our tribute to Dudu. Dudu was full of life. He bit, stung, and made people itch at his own will. He spread malaria with great pride. To the family, stay strong and believe that the larvae he has left behind will follow in his wings.
I heard he was killed by mosquito. His family does not know yet. Ati? I said he was killed by mosquito.
Mosquito kills mosquitoes, cockroaches, and all household insects.
Kufedi!
A product of Osho Chemical Industries.
Welcome to Insignia Service Center, a state-of-the-art service center that offers diagnostics, repairs, wheel balancing and alignment, and a fully fledged high-quality paint booth. Specializing in 7 brands, we are a 360-degree customer value chain that promises quality service, competent personnel, pricing transparency, and best price guarantee. Bring your car over today for a free courtesy check. We are located at Karen Road, Kabwagi area. Insignia Group, consistent excellence.
Good evening and welcome to NTV Business. I'm Dan Mwangi. Now, the success of the reforms in the tea sector, particularly those regarding the leadership of tea factories, will depend on the outcome of court cases pitting the Kenya Tea Development Agency on one side and the government on the other. Here's Alex Mwangi with a rejoinder from KTDA through their lawyer on remarks that Agriculture Cabinet Secretary, that's Peter Munya, gave earlier this week, casting the agency in negative light.
That the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture, Peter Munya, is not on good terms with the Kenya Tea Development Agency is an understatement. If these remarks he gave 2 days ago are anything to go by.
Like this monster we are calling KTDA, that has been growing, now become Indra-ended.
From Munya's perspective, KTDA has become a stumbling block in enacting the wide-ranging reforms in the tea sector that he has been aggressively advocating for.
Investing farmers' money in all sorts of schemes, and then using the court system to prevent government from doing anything. Court cases everywhere, and they're spending farmers' money on expensive lawyers.
It's not true that when a party goes to court, you go to court to frustrate.
As with many other sectors of the economy, governance is a critical challenge in the tea sector, which has seen farmers face tough financial times in recent years.
And then you start saying it's earnings that are going down, and it is you who has been engaging in Ponzi schemes. It's what KTDA has been doing, Ponzi schemes, in the name of the small older tea farm. We are telling them their time is up.
The entities which have gone to court are tea factory companies. These tea factory companies are owned by the tea farmers themselves. The shareholders are the tea farmers themselves.
In seeking to explain the extent of responsibility that tea factory directors have, Milimo offered a contradiction.
The cases that are in court are by the tea farmers and not the tea directors. Directors do not own anything other than also themselves being also shareholders.
For now, it seems highly likely that the pace of the reforms in the tea sector will be determined by how fast the court cases challenging the new regulations are dispensed with in the corridors of justice.
It's a few directors whose term ended, New law has come where we are supposed to elect new people to run the factories. Somebody who is in office illegally is the one going to court.
It cannot be a government directive that a term of a director has come to an end. No.
Alex Mwangi, NTV.
Storm in a teacup or something bigger? Now, Kenyan businesses, including small and medium enterprises, have been urged to take advantage of the opportunities that come with trading under the African Continental Free Trade Area, that's AfCFTA, which could become the world's largest free trade area if fully implemented. Wamkele Mene, who's the Secretary General, says progress has been made since the launch of trading on the 1st of January. But as Victor Kiprop reports, teething problems such as delays in liberalizing the air transport market as well as lack of common currency could slow the process.
Kenya is one of the world's largest producers of flowers. But if you buy a bunch in Nigeria or Angola, they'll probably have already gone through Europe. And this is the problem African leaders hope the Africa Continental Free Trade Area will solve.
Before this agreement entered into effect, if you were a trader from Kenya and you want to export to Angola, you are competing at the same level as a European exporter. Your goods will now have a preferential treatment when they enter that market.
With 36 African countries having already ratified the agreement, the man in charge of helping Africa realize this dream wants Kenyan businesses to seize the opportunity.
We want to facilitate small, medium enterprise expansion of their markets by way of a $1 billion to start with, a $1 billion trade finance facility, which will be financed by all our banks on the African continent.
A payments and settlements platform is also being developed in partnership with Afrexim Bank in order to help businesses cut the cost of transacting in different currencies.
You as a small medium enterprise will be able to transact with your counterparty in Cairo. You will send to them, you will transfer to them Kenyan shillings. You will no longer have to convert Kenyan shillings into the dollar.
Delays in operationalizing the single African air transport market, which was adopted in January 2018, could however slow down the takeoff to a deepened intra-African trade.
You can reduce barriers to trade as long as you want, as much as you want. You can reduce tariffs to zero. But if you continue to have an inability to move goods across continents, to transit goods across continents at a relatively cheaper cost than today, we are not going to achieve the results of boosting intra-Africa trade.
If fully implemented, the Africa Continental Free Trade Area is expected to unlock a combined market of about 1.3 billion people and a combined gross domestic product estimated at $3.4 trillion. Victor Kiprop, NTV Business.
Kabasidi and Aksaya's takeover of BOC Kenya has suffered yet another delay. This follows the announcement that the company would not be able to release the takeover offer documents to shareholders today, that is Friday, as earlier expected. In a public notice, BOC says the delay, quote, is to allow for the consultations pertaining to certain issues that have arisen relating the proposed transaction and which impact the takeover documents, and of quote. The company says it will issue a further update on the status of the takeover within the next 14 days. It is the second extension to provide the documents, with the initial date for their release being January 25th, 2021. Kabasidi Investment, BOC's rival, has offered 1.24 billion shillings to take over BOC Kenya. And it's time for Mark Masai to take over. I'm done, and so is business. Good night.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Lovers are booking their tables at GMC Place Kitengela. Yes, it's Valentine's, and as is custom, love is blossoming at the heart of GMC. Make that proposal, rekindle your romance, or treat your special someone. Let GMC Place Kitengela be your choice to bloom in love. With a few slots available, call us today on 0701 560 560.
From your first day at school to you captaining your soccer team, no matter how old you are, you'll always be my baby. That's why I trust Dettol to clean, protect, and keep you refreshed every day. I still can't believe how quickly you've grown. Dettol, tested effective against COVID-19.
Breaking news from Molfix. Let's see what they're developing right now.
Molfix pants with anatomic fit technology. New Molfix pants, an invention from babies for babies.
You should also try Molfix.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Welcome back, just to tickle your fancy a bit. So when you walk the streets of the interwebs, you come across many nuggets of creativity and humor. Some are random, quite honestly, while others address the issues in society and make statements on what many wananchi feel. We compiled some for you and sampled bits of them, handing all credit to the content creators. Our online reporter Aida Mometa compiled these.
Wananchi oye, mimi mnaona nateseka kama nyinyi. Na ndio kwa maana naomba kura zenyu. Mimi mkinichagua nitaensure kwanza nimetengeneza barabara. 5 years later. Wananchi oye. Sasa mkinichagua tena. Haya, sasa nitaleta maji, watoto wakunywa kusoma electrical engineering, walete stima, ibip security, ndio vijana wapate kazi, waanze kujenga barabara. Si mnaona tumevaa nguo za kwanza ku launch project ya kujenga barabara. 5 years later. Wananchi oye. Sasa mkinichagua tena nitaleta hewa.
Halo, serikali habari yako? Mimi ni mtu ya kawaida. Niko na kiulizo. Watoto nafungua shule. Yes, last year mzima saa ile Rwanda walikuwa wanatengeneza hizi classrooms that are COVID friendly for children, 27,000 in total. Mulikuwa mnafanya nini? Nonsense. Ati BBI nani wewe? BBI. Okay. Na mnatoanga pesa wapi kila nini miaka 10 ya kufanya constitutional ni wachane na hiyo. Sawa.
Hao ni MP wako nyuma yako.
MP wako hapa pia wanasema ati kwa life ni ngumu saa hii.
Kazi yao imekuwa ngumu, washike hii. It will help them navigate the terrain.
Gari. Na MCA sasa wanasema kwa hakuna barabara.
Wanataka MCA wanataka nini sasa aki?
Wanasema kazi
imekuwa ngumu. Na waelewa kabla waongee banyamaze na waelewa shika uwapatie hii. Wanataka hizo.
Lakini hawana barabara, hii itaweza kwa.
It doesn't matter kwani wanaishi huko, si tuko nao hii Nairobi. Nani wamebaki?
Kumebaki mapolisi.
Maponyi.
Na sisi.
Maponyi wamebaki, mapai wanaweza kula hiyo mapai. Hiyo ndio imebaki. Nani wengine?
Mapolisi watakula hivyo na hata hawana kwa kuishi.
Wako wanaishi vizuri, watu waine. What more security do they want?
Na sisi. Na sisi wasanii artist.
Wasanii
tunaimba.
Wasanii mujipange. Yeah. Sikuna kawimba mliimba hivyo. Kwa nini hamjajipanga? Si mnaimba hamutanyamaza maovu yakitendeka. Anyway, acha ujue sisi tuko na huruma, ndio hizi royalties. Kwa hiyo ni ya calligraph wagawane na akina Nyashi.
Mimi wacha niseme yangu moja mbili. Mimi nataka niwaambie hakuna maendeleo nitaleta. Hakuna kitu mimi nitaleta hapa. Barabara zitakuwa vivyo hivyo, ama kama si vivyo hivyo zitakuwa mbaya zaidi. Mimi nataka kuambia kuna shule nitajenga. Nataka kuambia kuna hospitali nitajenga.
Okay. Galaxy bote. Mkono ngapi hapa? Nyonga kifuno. Pika na fenti ya wera, fenti ya wera. Fenti ya wera.
Thank you, Ida Mometa, for putting that together, and you can expect much more in the weeks to come. And salute to all the comedians who are speaking to power in a way that we can laugh, because, to be honest, the leaders can be clowns. Time for sports, from one Ida to the other, and that this time is Waringa with the sports.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa. Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi, guy, what the?
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Trust Dettol to clean, protect, and keep you refreshed every day. I still can't believe how quickly you've grown. Dettol, tested effective against COVID-19.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Hello.
Babe, I'm lost.
What?
I can just see beautiful trees, beautiful gate, solar street lights, and a water tower. Please come get me.
I'm on my way. Babe, what's happening?
I was just teasing. I needed a plot this Valentine's here. Book one for me.
Gift your loved one a plot of value-added land at the Garden of Joy and get an instant 14K cash voucher for a 500K plus deposit. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
A lot of people who sell land do not actually own the land that they are selling. And when you talk to a lot of people in diaspora, they will tell you even their own relatives have conned them.
Andrew Muthe is a daring returnee after working in the US and South Africa in the corporate world. He ventured into land selling partly because of his personal experience. He was conned in a fake land deal.
We have never seen the title for that plot.
He is the CEO of AMG Realtors.
Diaspora is 80% of our sales today. I started selling cars, which I failed miserably.
This Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on NTV.
Great, time for the latest in the world of sport. And Nelson Oyo and Haman Humwa will co-captain the national sevens rugby team set for pre-Olympics tournaments in Spain in February. Head coach Innocent Simiu left out Kenya's all-time try-top scorer Collins Injera as he named a 15-man squad. Harold Anduvate and Derek Keyoga make a return with some familiar faces such as William Baka, Billy Odhiambo and Andrew Amonde maintaining their slots. The tournament will feature up to 12 men and 12 women teams participating across 2 successive weekends from February 20th. It will be the first tournament for most teams since the Vancouver Sevens played in March 2020.
Players that you see here who are going to have the first shot in the first tournament, these are the players who have consistently trained and worked hard, and we believe are the best for the country now to represent the country. And looking at this tournament, Madrid, is to try and get the match fitness for the players, because we've worked for 3 months right now on their conditioning and upskilling them.
We'll definitely be keeping tabs on that. And with the 2022 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers a month and a half away, national team head coach Jacob Ghost Mulee has called up 28 locally based players for non-residential training from Monday. Kenya plays Egypt at home on March 22nd and then Togo away on March 30th in the final rounds of the 2022 African qualifiers.
The national Alembi is one of the players that is standing on that back four. Maloba also, for City Stars, he's been outstanding in his performances. Then Major, just promoted from the under-20 now, coming to the senior side, he's done very well for Tusker. He's a young striker, but you can see that he has potential, and who knows, this could be the next revelation for Kenyan football.
Tusker FC continued their stay atop the Football Kenya Federation Premier League log. That was with a 1-0 win over Wazito at the Kasarani Annex. With the match seemingly headed to a 0-0 draw, John Masharia scored in the 93rd minute to give Tusker the edge. The Brewers are now perched with 26 points from 11 games, averaging 2.4 points per game, while Wazito are third with 20 points from 11 matches. Second-placed KCB will look to close the gap between themselves and the Brewers when they host Vihiga United on Saturday. In other matches tomorrow, Kariobangi Sharks play Bandari and Kakamega Homeboys take on Nairobi City Stars. And still on the local top flight, and no fans will be allowed to attend Sunday's Football Kenya Federation Premier League match between Gor Mahia and AFC Leopards. AFC Leopards chairman Dan Shikanda and Gor Mahia Secretary General Sam Ochola were speaking at a joint press conference held at the match's venue and urged fans of the 2 most popular clubs in the country to stay home in line with COVID-19 regulations. Record league champions Kogalo are currently 6th on the log with 15 points from 8 games, while Ingwe are 4th with 18 points from the same number of matches.
Ni vigumu sana watu kuamini ya kwamba FC na Gor Mahia wanaweza cheza katika uga ule hauna mashabiki, na ni mara ya kwanza, hatujui hii experience itakuwaje.
We need to appreciate that fans play a very crucial role in football, not only in football but in sports in general. They create an atmosphere. But most importantly, fans also provide an avenue for clubs to generate revenue. We are at a place where we cannot have fans for now. It is not in our liking. It's caused by COVID.
Well, Africa is considered to be the oldest continent in the world, yet chess, one of the oldest games in the world, has just begun to gain popularity in the motherland. Lokader Natiom brings us a story of Ugandan international master Arthur Segwanyi, hope I got that correct, who was in Kenya as a coach for the Africa Individual Online Championship.
They're complicated.
32-year-old Arthur Segwanyi's journey to becoming international chess master resulted from a back injury while playing rugby in high school.
That's when I learned chess. It was through a friend within my class. And then we would spar every after classes. He was decent, better than me, but soon we would par.
The Ugandan native, who is also a practicing pharmacist, has represented his country in the Chess Olympiad since 2012 and is currently ranked at position 2,332 in the world by the International Chess Federation.
My first event I was last with 0, but my team won, and that spurred me on to the next school event where I actually won the event.
He believes the rise of films like Queen of Katwe, which is based on the life of a Ugandan chess player, Fiona Mutesi, and the most recent Queen's Gambit, is a good sign that chess will have a future in Africa.
Now, a movie like Queen's Gambit is very good for ladies in chess, because chess is a male-dominated sport, which I think it shouldn't be. And maybe one of the reasons is women do not have these role models to look up to in chess.
Segwanyi was awarded International Master title in 2015 after he won the 4.2 individual chess zonal championship in his 7th round tie against Tadesse Estube Haile Selassie of Ethiopia. Lokader Natiom, NTV.
Great, and that does it for Sport for tonight. Much more tomorrow with an action-packed Saturday, including the FKF AGM and, of course, the Athletics Kenya Relay Series. I'm Ida Warenga. See you tomorrow.
From one lady, that is beautiful lady, I should add, Ida Warenga, to this bald head, we got to head on out to another lovely Amina Abdi Rabar. You got to roll the R's. I don't know why Mike is making some dances behind the camera here, but he's probably getting geared up for the trend. It's up next. Stay tuned. Good night.
This is NTV. How many ways can you enjoy your Jameson? Well, with the taste so smooth, every pour is perfect for chilling, chatting, and connecting, and taking time out to toast life's little pleasures. So grab a glass and make room for others, because good taste doesn't have a time or place. Why? Smooth taste. That's why. Don't drink and drive. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Excessive consumption of alcohol is harmful to your health.
Heaviness and a burning inside. It could be heartburn.
Indigestion and heartburn? Eno gets to work in 6 seconds and works on the 6 symptoms of heartburn so you can keep living life non-stop. Eno, fight heartburn and indigestion fast.
Our guest, Esther Ngugi, is a young lady driven by sheer passion in running a confectionery business.
So my mom quit her teaching job. I also quit my teaching job. Then we decided to go fully fledged into a bakery. So we turned my mom's small kitchen into a manufacturing bakery.
Yeah.
We'd take products to a shopkeeper. One of them tasted, he looked at us and said, "What are these you're selling?" Product ingredients started becoming expensive. For example, flour and sugar. So we closed down the business.
Wow.
Yes. That's 2014.
Wow.
I decided to fully go back to my calling. So just press, don't be afraid. And then use the tip parts.
Oh man.
If you're buying because of a deco,
yangu client angesema, hey!
Tuzidi na Hustle in association with Safaricom.
A lot of people who sell land do not actually own the land that they are selling. And when you talk to a lot of people in diaspora, they will tell you even their own relatives have conned them.
Andrew Muthe is a daring returnee after working in the US and South Africa in the corporate world. He ventured into land selling partly because of his personal experience